happening. Let this load for a bit. I think it started? Let me just check the stream real quick. Okay, yeah, we're good, we're good. Let's check the audio. Welcome back everyone for another Genshin Impact video. Today we are summoning for older unit actually, Wriothesley. He's a character that I wanted for a while, and I've been going back and forth because originally I didn't summon for him on his first banner because I already had Ganyu and Ayaka. And I was like, well, I don't really need a cryo DPS, but he is fun, and I kind of do want him. But I was like, I'm gonna pass for now. So he's finally back. I think we got like a week left or so. So I'm gonna try to get him. Same thing for Lyney. I'm like, I did like him on his first run, but I kind of skipped him for the first time, and then the second time he came back, the rerun, it was like the same time Arlecchino was out, and I'm like, Arlecchino was hard to skip, and I'm like, during the trial run, I was just like, it's just a better, Arlecchino's just so much better. So didn't get Lyney on the rerun, but I might third time maybe might get him on his rerun. At the same time, there's also Silali, because I'm like, it's pretty good support, but yeah, bunch of units. But that being said, let's just get a little bit of luck. Go to Venti statue. And hopefully we can get lucky and win our 50-50 and maybe get an early, yeah, maybe get an early 5-star.
What are my orders?
So, fingers crossed, hopefully we can get lucky. Maybe we can get before we go to soft pity. Cause here we go. Yeah, look at that. 123,458 primo gems. Did I say primo gems or soul stones? Primo gems. But yeah, I'm like 3 off from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is kind of crazy. I'm like a little, actually I'm 2 off. I'm 2 over, but it's pretty crazy. And I was like, might as well go for it. So last person I summoned was Malvika. So I have 0 pity right now. Let's do it. Let's see if we can get lucky. Hey, what's up, Xavier? How's it going? Good to see you. How are you doing, man? Maybe we can get some good luck from Xavier here. Alright, let's see how many it will take. So here's the first 10 pull. I don't know if we need any of the 4-stars really. I mean, technically they're newer 4-stars, so I don't know. I don't know what constellation my Yao Yao is, but technically they're on the newer side of the 4-star. So if we do get, actually Yao Yao's not even on there. Chungyun I probably have at C6. Mika and Charlotte I don't, so dupes might be okay. Alright, here's 20. I'm doing good. How about you, Rafi? Okay, hope we get earlies and doubles. Yeah, dude, that'd be great. I would love some earlies. Fingers crossed. And if we're going by Brassy standards, we just hope to win the 50-50s. Real though, so real. So true. Like, if I can just win the 50-50, I will take it. I will definitely take just winning the 50-50. It's like, I'll take either winning the 50 for 50 or a really early 5-star, which I'll take either or. One of the two I'm good with. One of the two I'm good with. Alright. Here's 30. Come on. Early or 50-50. Alright, there's Chungyun. I guess we do need copies. I guess that's a little bit of copies. You can't do it in Everchill, but maybe just able to do it in Genshin. Come on, we believe. Come on, we believe. We believe. There's a chance. There's a chance. I mean, for the most part, my Genshin luck is probably better than my Everchill luck.
Mika, frontline land surveyor,
But
Knights of Favonius Reconnaissance Company, reporting in.
I think the last couple ones have been like, it's been okay luck. It's been okay luck. I think that's 40 maybe. 50. I might have miscounted. 60, I think. Oh, okay, here we go. It's a little early. Okay, here we go. Dad Wriothesley, come home. Okay, we just need to win the 50-50. Just win me the 50-50. Come on. Fingers crossed. Win the 50-50. Win the 50-50. Oh, God. Okay, that scared me a little bit. Okay. Come on, there's a chance. Oh! We got cheat. Oh, no. Oh, we got cheat. There's still a chance. But there's cheat. It's not a very good chance. There's a chance, it's not a very good chance. Oh, man. Another 5-star? Ugh. Oh my god!
Hello,
oh
please
my
try
god.
to quickly summarize
my
your
god.
intents and goals for this meeting.
Oh my god! There was
You're
a chance,
not here for
and
business?
we got it!
It just makes me even more nervous.
We got the
All right,
double
then
5-star.
perhaps
oh
we
my
should
god,
sit
the
down and
cheat
discuss
sheet
things in a
scare
little
is
more
real.
detail. Oh, and you
my
can call
god.
me your grace.
I'll
They'll
take.
call me
this
down
is
in the
so
fortress,
good.
and
This is so good. I'll
well,
take
I
it.
kind of got used to it.
100% take it. Oh my god, what? Actually insane. Oh my god. I will. That's so good. That's so good. That's so lucky. Oh my god. I am so happy. I will definitely take it. Actually insane. Actually insane. Oh my god. And let's check him out. Dude, that's so good. I
got a side
didn't have a
job
whole
for
lot
me?
of faith.
Sure thing.
I was like, there's a possibility he still might be able to show up, but after the cheat sheet, it's a very low chance. But we did it. We did it with somehow. That shocked me to my core, dude. Oh my god, you did it, Veracity. You got lucky. We did it. It's because you came in, supported. We turned the luck around. I have no idea what material he takes.
It is my honor to win your trust.
Dude, actually, like, unbelievable. I was not expecting that at all. Oh, I'm missing a lot. I need a lot of these materials. Did you pre-farm? I didn't. I did not pre-farm. Well, I definitely had enough if I had to go to pity, which I didn't want to go to pity. But yeah, I didn't pre-farm for it. it was kind of like a, should I summon? Maybe I should summon. But I was also working on my Chaska and my Malvika, since it was taking a while to get
Ready to ride.
90. Plus I was also whatchamacall,
Stay close and you will live.
I was working on their talents. I was trying to get it to 10. I think they're at like 9, 8 and 9. Yeah. 6. 6, 8, and then I was working on like a bunch of other characters. Like I was working on Nouvelette's talents and Farina's talent. But I also realized I gotta do my weekly bosses, because that's the big thing that's holding me back, is I just need to do my weeklies, but they just have not been dropping. That, and I didn't realize I could do it without actually finishing the story mode, because I'm not up to date on all my weekly bosses. But apparently you could. I didn't realize. I thought you had to like be up to date with the Archon story, but I guess you can just go in without actually clearing the domain yet, which is really, really good, and that's it. It helps a lot.
Burn it down.
There is no escape. Let's fly. Locked on.
Yeah, I am really enjoying Chaska. Super fun. Okay, how do I get inside? Do I climb over? Or did I just completely miss the entrance?
Try and stop me.
Okay, maybe this is why I didn't pre-farm. Okay, okay. There's the entrance.
Rise with the sun.
I didn't pre-farm, so I didn't realize how to get to this boss.
Bullseye.
I do want to see I've seen him of this though.
Open fire.
Grab.
Fire in the hole.
Yeah, a lot of damage.
Illusion shattered.
Burn it down.
Oh, you don't even know what materials you need to upgrade? Yeah, no, I didn't. Well, I guess this means you didn't pre-farm. Pre-farming Genshin means preparing all the resources before you get 190. Chaska is so fun to play. Yeah, dude, Chaska is so much fun. I want to say, like, she's definitely one of my favorites. Like, for a long time, I want to say Ganyu was definitely my favorite character, but Chaska's a really, she's a tough contender. Like,
There is no escape.
she might not be the strongest,
Hold the
or
line.
like the best,
Take me up.
yes, but damn, is it so satisfying? Like, being able to fly around,
Locked on.
not worry
We're going
about
to pass.
as much.
Yeah.
As much. I can still get there, as you can see. I have the skills to
Illusion
still get there,
shattered.
even though
Rebuild.
it takes real skill. It takes real skill.
Ha.
Avoiding damage,
Open fire.
that's easy. Getting hit by all the hits.
Locked on.
That's real skill. Ooh, crit damage. Crit damage, crit rate. If we get lucky, maybe it would work. Let's move away before it respawns. I don't think we have any more. My favorite gameplay are Ayato, Kachaska, Daddy Nervalet, and Mommy Yalan. Oh yeah, dude. Ayato was another character where she was like, oh, man, maybe I should. I kind of want to summon for, but I was like, but I have all these other characters. But Ayato is definitely in there, especially when you just combine his ult with Ganyu's ult and Kazuha's ult, and it's just a freezing ult of just death. Like, you do a Bennett ult, it's just like circle impact. Like, you have circles on circles on circles. You have the Bennett healing plus buff, plus you have the freezing from Ganyu's ult. Just big giant circle, and then you have Ayato's ult with just the water everywhere. Like, it was very tempting. It was very tempting. Yelan, I just saw everywhere, like, where she's just super good, highly recommended, highly rated. But at the same time, like, oh, I have Xingqiu though. I do like Xingqiu. But should I summon for the 5-star version of him? It's debatable. I probably should, but I just like, she kind of does almost the same thing as Xingqiu, but better. But I'm like, Primo Gems. I don't know. Save, summon, on the fence. Nouvelet, yeah, definitely got Nouvelet the first round. I didn't realize he was gonna be so OP when he first released. I just saw a big giant hydro pump, and it just looked sick. Like, I didn't realize it was gonna be so broken, but the gameplay of just giant hydro pump looked like a lot of fun. So I was like, nah, yeah, I gotta summon for that. Let's see, what's the other material I need to get? Wriothesley. Yeah. Oh yeah. Where am I at? Oh, I have no constellations. C1 when it explodes. Active characters within its AoE gets 15% damage, dendro damage, and 15 stamina restored. I mean, it doesn't hurt. Got a C1 for our Yao Yao. And I think it was a couple other 4-stars. No. Xiangling's already C6. I think it was Chungyun. And the Chi-Chis, of course. Yeah. Oh wow. We only have 2. Last attack releases cryo, so that's kind of nice. Like, adds a little bit of cryo if you want to mainly DPS him with your normal attacks. Skill and burst have their cooldown reduced by 15%. I mean, that's pretty good. That's pretty good if you want to build Chungyun. Charlotte. Oh yeah, how many? I got 2 of them. Okay, we got C5 Charlotte. The in-game sounds are louder than your voice. I can barely hear you. Oh, okay. Thank you for letting me know. Let me. Oh, yo, that's weird. I had it. Hello? Yeah, I could have sworn I had it softer earlier, but I guess not. Let's see. What does C4 do? Skill hits enemy, deal 10% more damage, restore 2 energy for Charlotte. And this restoration can trigger 5 times every 20 seconds. Okay, I mean, more damage and energy is always nice. That's just talent level upgrade. 1 away from C6. What does this do? When active character, normal, charged, gets hit, damage is increased 108% of cryo damage of her attack. Heals active character. Okay, it sounds alright. Mika, we got... Nope, we didn't get anything. Zero constellations for Mika. Yelan's probably the best Hydra applier, but if you have Xingqiu, you can skip her. Yeah, I'm like, she seems very good, but I'm like, I do have my Xingqiu pretty well built. Or it was well built back in the day. I feel like it still kind of holds up decently. Decently. Plus you get a little bit of damage reduction with his E. And you get a little bit of healing when the swords break. Charlotte can apply cryo with her charge attack, and then Father can one-shot them. Oh, really? I mean, I know, I think all of her attacks are cryo, yeah? I just thought, from what I remember from Charlotte is, I thought she just did no damage. Like, I think she might have been the first cryo catalyst? But from what I remember, she did, like, no damage. She just did a little bit of healing with her ult, but I feel like the healing was okay. Like, I don't think it was super good. Yeah, it was like 4-second duration with a 20-second cooldown and 80 energy cost. So yeah, I think it was okay healing. I think it could have been better, but I mean, if we're looking for cryo application on a catalyst, we did get Wriothesley just now, and I'm excited for him because I like the idea of being able to go into co-op and not worry about a healer as a teammate, just because like it's so nice to not need to worry about a healer. Just his charge attacks will heal him. Is it this one? Yeah, this one. Like, he just heals 30% of his max HP every 5 seconds, essentially. So that's really nice to have in co-op, and, like, you don't have to worry about having a healer on your team. Like, Nervalette in co-op is insanely overpowered. And so I'm like, if I have a cryo version, it could be good. It could be good. Let's see if I have any artifacts for him. That looks like it's made for him. Do I have any pieces? That's a good piece. Crit rate, crit damage. Yeah. Okay, I'll grab that. Why is that not on New Roulette? Oh yeah, that's a much better piece. Oh, should I give that to Neverlet? But it's what is this? HP percent. Oh my god, everything rolled into defense for this thing. Oh, this is not a great artifact actually. 104 flat defense. Oh, that kind of hurts. I think I got crit damage like once, and everything else went to flat defense. Oh, that's kind of rough. Let's see, we got a feather. Yeah, we can level it up later. Attack percent. Crit damage, HP. I don't really like HP defense on the substats. I mean, there's a chance it goes crit damage, crit rate. I probably just need to farm more. I'll just throw it in for now. I probably need to farm more on this set. It's cryo. Crit rate. I think I want crit damage since you get crit rate from the 4-piece. Yeah. Let's do that, and let's grab a Let's grab a cryo. Okay, surely I have a... Oh, wait. I guess I can't. Oh, here. That works. Cryo, crit damage, crit rate. 24 crit damage. That's pretty good. Alright, we probably have to level up some other stuff, but we probably just need to farm more. But I've been looking for Obsidian Codex. So it's probably gonna be split between this set and Obsidian Codex for resin. The flat defense is painful to look at. It is. It's like, man, it looks like such a good piece. Like, it has so many good things going for it. Like, especially for Neverlet. Like, crit damage would be amazing. He scales off HP percent. ER is like, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. But like, all into the flat defense, and it's a really high. It's a really high flat defense. Like, ugh. Oh man. It's just one of those pieces where it's just, dude, I think I even went for a different piece earlier where it's like, it's 4 stats that are like all good, and they all avoided the crit rate and crit damage. It just went all into like, I think it was like energy recharge or EM and attack percent, and it avoided all the way to plus 20 all the crit rate, crit damage. Where it's just like, how? This was supposed to be the one. You were the chosen piece. Okay, where is... Okay, Wriothesley. Okay, so we do have enough for that. We need to grab some of these. Fountain Fontaine Energy Resource Institute. Is it under... Can I even get under there? Well, this might be locked behind a storyline. Oh, that's underground. How do I get there? That looks like it looks like it's under the lake. That screams story to me. Oh, wait, there's another one. There's another one here. If it was defense percent, it would have been at least semi-good for Shilin and our Kachina. Yeah. I feel like a lot of times I'm always wondering, like, should I keep this like defense percent or this HP percent scaling artifact, like, in case I use it for like another character that I don't have yet, but maybe I should build? Wait, was that it? Sub-detection unit. Are these not monsters? Are these like flowers, essentially, that you just collect? Sub-detection? It is. Oh, I guess... Oh, I guess they are. Okay, so they're just things I find on the floor. So I can probably look up a YouTube guide on it and just find out where they are all hidden. I'm hoping they're not, or I hope that they respawn. Oh, there's another one. Okay, yeah, I was looking for mobs, but I guess we can just find them on the ground somewhere. You overthink it. Big fat 107 flat is a big no-no. Yeah, no, for real. I'm just like, it's a big it's a big sad. It's a big sad. Like, everything else on that artifact could have been great. You collect those things, no need nuke 'em. Okay, don't need to kill anything.
Let's fly. Open fire.
So, are there any characters that you are thinking about pulling for that you haven't gotten yet? Like, maybe someone that you want to get for a rerun? It kind of looked like it was about to explode.
Shine down.
Oh, it's a puzzle. Am I doing this wrong? I might be just going back and forth and doing the same exact thing. Okay, this feels like a puzzle that I'm not getting correct.
You must prepare
I'm gonna
for
exit. By the way, they're a pain in a A to find. They're so small and they easily blend into the environment. Oh yeah, wait, is that another one right there? Oh my god, they really are. They're very tiny. I don't play Genshin, but if I were to play, I would definitely wait for next Harbinger. Ooh. Okay, okay. Yeah, dude, the Harbingers are they're pretty awesome. I mean, so far we got Arlecchino. I almost died, it's fine. Arlecchino, which is just insane. Scaramouche, I feel like I got him more for the mobility because at the time he was like the only flying unit. Now that I have Chaska, I don't think I ever really use Scaramouche anymore. But at the time, he was very good. Child, I did get. I feel like he is fun, but his cooldown for his E is like really, really long. Which, I don't know. Like, I guess if you have a sack weapon on him, maybe. But, I don't know. It's fun, but the E's just, it's a really long cooldown. I think, are those only 3 Harbingers we have? I think those might be the 3. Yeah, Tartaglia. Let's see, Tartaglia. Wanderer. And Arlecchino. I mean, it could also just be partial power creep. But yeah, Arlecchino's definitely the best out of the 3. I feel like Arlecchino's gonna be able to like hold her spot for a long time too. Because rumors has it the next Harbinger might be. Oh, is that why I've been seeing a bunch of like cosplays on my just on the internet on Genshin stuff. Capitino or Colombia? Not Colombia. Colombia. Is a second best Harbinger, and she looks nice as hell. Arlecchino, Child Scar. Those are the far playable ones. Dude, I'm still sad about what's her name? she's a weekly boss, but we can't play her. The cryo catalyst lady. I'm blanking. I'm blanking. That's Child's. This one. Who is name? Signora. Signora. There we go. I'm so sad they did not make Signora a playable character. Like, I feel like if they made Signora a playable character, I definitely would have summoned. Like, I definitely would have summoned. And I'm just like, man, I can't believe the one character I was waiting for the longest time is the one character they killed off. It just, I was just so sad. Like, I was so disappointed.
Illusion shattered.
You butchered the guy's name. I probably did. I'm sorry. I need a. If I finished my Archon quest and got caught up to date, I probably would know how to pronounce it. But I still gotta catch up on the Archon quest. I'm still in Fontaine. Like, I gotta finish the Fontaine story quest, which I'll probably do. I haven't gotten around to doing it. Skirk? Oh, Signora, yeah. By the way, you're singing, the G is silent, and GN is pronounced ni. Columbia? Wait, GN, Signora. Signora? Oh, that's what you mean, Signora. 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 No G? Signora. Signora? Signora. Signora. Alright, well, I'll probably look at a guide for Nervalette. Let's see, crit damage. Oh yeah, this was one of the other pieces I was trying to go for. I farmed the Codex, found a crit damage circlet. I was like, okay, there's crit rate on here. I'ma roll it. All flat attack and defense. Just, man, every time. Every time. Well, I might as well work on my Archon quest. Let's do it. Let's see where I left off. I don't even remember where I left off. It's been a while. It's been a while. It's pronounced Senora. Oh, like the Spanish, like Senora. Oh, okay, okay. Okay. I feel like I should put him on my team just because I have him, even though he's like level 20. Level 40. He's level 40. But if I have a big giant shield, maybe you'll be okay. Maybe you'll be okay. Knock knock.
Please come in.
Yeah, you said it right. There we go. There we go.
Sorry to barge in, Monsieur Nervalette. We only like to get in because we didn't know any other way.
It's all right. Please let me know how I may be of assistance to you.
for a man called Vache. He may have been an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case. If we can find him, we may be able to unearth some key information on the case.
I have no idea what's going on. I completely forget what I did before this.
Ah, I see. In that case, please wait here a moment while I browse through the files.
Who knew that Neuvillette would be so easy to talk to?
But I do think I really enjoy a lot of the Fontaine and Natlan characters.
Unfortunately,
Just like, I feel like the designs just like, they just like went next level after. Like, there's so many good characters.
I'm quite certain that no one by the name of Vache has been involved in
Paimon
any
sounds
case,
annoying in an
criminal
adorable
or
way.
civil, in the past several years. There are no records of him either in the files or in my memory.
I mean, I think I remember they were saying like Paimon had like a voice originally, and they're like, make it even higher, make it even higher pitch.
Traveler, what if it was really just a dream?
Is that so? All right then. Thank you so much, Monsieur Neuvillette. We'll take our leave now.
Ahem. Miss Navia, I can understand how you feel. Your father, Callus, was a truly exceptional man. We deeply regret his passing.
Okay, I kind of remember a little bit about that.
And what are you trying to say, Monsieur Neuvillette? Are you trying to console me? Extend your sympathy? Or just express some tendril of regret?
Is that not a bad thing?
No. You are not trying to do any of that. I can hear it in your voice. There's no emotion behind your words. You only said those things because you felt like you should.
I mean, that's also not a bad thing, really. Like, it might not be as genuine, but like, it's still an effort.
It's just like last time. After my father took his place in the duelist ring, I pushed through the guards to talk to you as a last resort. You even told me then that you thought there was something fishy with the case, yet you still allowed the duel to go ahead. In your eyes, the value of a human life is nothing compared to those cold laws you hold so dear.
By the judgment of the Arlecchino, I can't pronounce that. Navia's spitting facts. Okay, true. I mean, he's a very logical, very non-emotional
If you truly
kind of person.
regret my father's death, then why didn't you call a stop to the duel?
Oh man, she's crying.
Why didn't you give me the power to stop him from throwing his life away? Why did you just let him die, despised and hated by all?
I feel like he's got a good reason. Like, he's gonna drop a giant truth bomb or something.
Everything was hanging on a thread at that moment. Just the tiniest effort could have changed everything. There are still so many things I never got to tell him. So many questions he still owes me answers to.
Oh, Navia.
If you really have no heart, then just look me in the eyes. I, Navia, will show you the true meaning of regret.
I'm sorry, Miss Navia.
You and my father are truly alike. You keep all kinds of things in your heart and never say a word to anyone. It's not so much that you can't feel, but that you would never express anything. Oh well. In any case, everyone already knows full well the apathy of the Chief Justice. My apologies for taking my emotions out on you, Monsieur Chief Justice. Let's go, Traveler and Paimon.
Well, that's rough. Like...
Navia, are you okay?
I'm fine. Rain. It's raining.
Oh, isn't he supposed to be the Hydro Dragon? Isn't he supposed to like? Isn't it supposed to cry or like? Isn't it supposed to rain every time he cries or something like that?
You're right. Wasn't it still sunny when we went into the building? And there shouldn't be any active trials today. How strange.
I forget if it was supposed to be a myth or something, but I don't think it was confirmed yet at this point. But I think he's supposed to be the Hydro Dragon, and like it's supposed to rain when he cries.
Now that I think of it, on the day my father was convicted of murder, it was also raining.
Man, he is definitely him. Is definitely him. It's gotta be him. Neuvillette is a Hydro Dragon. It rains when he gets sad. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. The details are so fine in this game.
What is it? Did you think of something?
Your father's
Yeah,
case.
he was outside. It was uncovered and the rain could fall there. Why? Do you think the rain could have affected the crime scene? That thought has occurred to us before. We've even expanded the search area to try to account for that, but didn't find anything of value.
Oh man, that would kind of suck. Actually, like, you would actually... No, that would actually kind of make sense. Like, if every time you feel sad you're crying and it rains, it just ruins everything else. Therefore, you can never cry. Oh man, that's kind of... Oh man, that actually would suck a lot. The Traveler having no voice lines is so cursed. Yeah. But there's something you didn't know at that time.
Oh? Wait. You
The
don't
fact
mean...
that people can be turned into water. True?
So you're saying that the true murderer could have been turned into water? And then got washed away with the rain?
Like, it would also make sense why Neuvillette doesn't show much emotion is because, like, if he does, it starts raining, and then it could just mess everything up if it starts raining. Just not intentionally trying to mess anything up. By the way, Racid, are you sick? No, I don't think so. I'm like, I'm a little sniffly, but like, I don't think I'm sick. I hope I'm not sick, but I don't think I'm sick. Hopefully not.
Yeah. And if that's what had happened, then no one would have believed your dad, even if he explained what he saw to the authorities.
I really think I found a true genius for a partner. You're completely right. How did I not connect the dots earlier?
Oh, thank goodness I thought you were sick. Okay, yeah. I'm like, if I am sick, it's a tiny sickness, but I don't think I am.
All right, let's go to Poisson. With this new lead in mind, we'll get to the bottom of my father's case for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna make progress for sure this time.
Do you want to go with me now? Or do you want to head over by yourself later?
You can go first, I'll join later, or we should go while the idea is fresh. Yeah, let's do it
Great.
now.
Let's go then.
I don't think it really matters, because whatever you choose usually doesn't matter. But...
Violet grass is a plant that enjoys a moist environment and is best
we are
picked
going
after it
to-
rains. If you should choose to pick any, be sure to store them
Oh.
appropriately.
Okay, now I guess I have been here. I have the teleporter.
Whoa, what a huge ship! Why would a ship be anchored at a place like this?
There's no need to be so surprised. While it may look like a ship, it's actually Spina di Rosula's headquarters. My father was the one who asked for it to be built like this. Perhaps our taste in exterior design is the only thing we occasionally had in common. A gigantic and glamorous ship embodies discovery, opportunity, ambition, and conquest. It symbolizes Spina di Rosula's bright and limitless future.
And Paimon thought you were bluffing when you said Spina di Rosula had a glorious past. Paimon was confused why a group with such a history would live in the sewers. But now that Paimon has seen this ship for herself, she's been convinced.
Well, Poisson is where Spina di Rosula began, after all. It's our main base, our home.
I mean, I don't know how I'd feel if someone told me, hey, you live in a sewer. Probably not the best choice of words. Man, look at this movement power creep.
Melus, we're back!
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle, and our most important partners. You said before that you still had some business at the court. What brings you back to Poisson so quickly?
About that. It's because my partner here reminded me of something really important. You see, what if my father's case had something to do with water from the primordial sea? You still remember, right, Melus? On that night, it was raining?
Yes, the case was quite similar to that of Mr. Lyney's. Both were what you'd call impossible murders.
Could the mastermind be the same person?
Could you tell us a bit more about what happened before?
Yeah, of course. Many years ago, something called synth began to gain popularity in Poisson. At a glance, it was a kind of drink that could excite your mood and produce many pleasant hallucinations.
Okay, this is sounding familiar.
Wait! Didn't that guard guy who turned into water also mention that the primordial water could be used to produce some kind of potion?
Yes, he did. Considering what we know now, it's almost certain that synth is created using water from the primordial sea. If you drink synth for an extended amount of time, you'll suffer many side effects, such as losing the ability to focus or control your emotions. And if you were to stop drinking it completely, you'll experience flashes of paranoia and anxiety while lacking energy to do anything. It's an extremely dangerous substance. As he oversaw Poisson, my father was compelled to put a stop to synth abuse and called for a complete ban of it.
Okay, that sounds familiar. That sounds right.
Boss's uncompromising attitude incurred the synth vendor's wrath, but no matter how much they threatened or bribed him, he refused to yield. Not only that, Boss became determined to find the mastermind behind the synth operation and put an end to the problem once and for all.
Yes, but the enemy was very cunning. So he could never get anything out of the dealers, all of whom only sold the stuff and weren't privy to the rest of the operation.
I don't know why I'm just thinking Arcane for some reason. Like, it just reminded me of Arcane and just like the underground like
Recognizing
distributors.
that, my father decided to contact the dealers in secret and cultivate personal relationships with them. Finally, he was able to convince someone to become his informant. The man's name was Jacques. He felt greatly ashamed about his work after seeing many families destroyed by synth abuse.
Don't spoil Arcane. Oh no. I mean, I don't know if it's any spoilers, but yeah. You should definitely watch it. You should definitely watch Arcane. Season 1 was good. Season 2 came out. That was also very good. What was? Yeah. Season 2 was different, but it was still good. Yeah, it was really good. I had to rewatch season 1 of Arcane because it definitely picks up for season 2, and I had to rewatch it. I was at first when I started, I was like, "Who are these people? What's happening?" But it made a lot more sense like after I rewatched it. Just because like season 1 and season 2 time gap was pretty big.
He planned to meet up and exchange information with Jacques over some food.
Like when it came out, like there was a decent chunk of time between.
But then, We heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard. We raced to the scene and found my father, still holding a gun, and Jacques, who was already dead on the ground.
Huh? How did that happen? Aren't they on the same side?
Sounds just like Lyney's case, doesn't it? In both cases, the culprit seemed obvious, but neither appeared to have any motive at all. Looking back on it, though, I now believe the most important clue was something we all overlooked at the time. There were pieces of clothing left at the scene.
So they belong to someone who got dissolved?
Precisely. It's all thanks to you that I made the connection now. Back then, we all just thought they were some costumes that Jacques used to disguise himself at the banquet. But, considering it now, it's almost certain that they belong to a third person at the scene. With one extra person, we'll also need to reconsider why the 2 shots were fired.
Maybe your father got into an argument with Jacques? Maybe it's possible a third person is to blame. It's probably the third
You're right.
person.
We still don't know what happened. But my intuition tells me that we're on the right track to figuring it all out. I'm finally headed towards the truth.
Jacques was an empathetic man who was infinitely remorseful for his past actions. It's unlikely that he turned on Boss with 0 warning.
I'm such a loser because I always find a reason why to not watch it. I don't even know why I don't watch it, although I wanted to for a long time. I mean, it could just be just procrastination, but it could also be like, oh, like, I heard it's so good, but I'm worried that if I watch it and it doesn't come out to be as good as I hope for, then it'll be a letdown. So, like, yeah, I mean, it could be one of those reasons. Because I just watched Rerun. Because, like, I heard everyone talking about it for, like, a really long time. And, like, it was supposed to be, like, a super good anime. Finally came out on Netflix. And I'm just like, oh, man, I'll watch it. Like, I was kind of just lazy to go find it online. But if it was on Netflix and it was just already there, I'm like, might as well. I'm watching it. It was good. It was really good. Like, Rerun, I get the hype now. Like, it was really good. Or I'm just a loser. I don't know why do you say that? Like, why do you think that might be the case? Like, I don't see anything wrong with not watching something. Or maybe you're not even that interested. Like, you don't have to watch it if you don't want to.
I think this third person is probably the key to the full truth. On that note, however, even though this will not please you, demoiselle, as your and your father's butler, I must still offer a word of warning. Our opponent is insidious and cruel. They are extremely difficult to deal with, and Boss has already lost his life trying to bring them to justice.
That's fair. It's dangerous.
Even though Spina de Rosula has lost most of its former glory, Poisson has welcomed a new time of peace, and we have been allowed to live out our lives. There is no need to follow your father's path. It would be both wise and in line with Boss's wishes to step back and give up on the case.
I mean, that's fair.
If that's indeed what he wished for, then he should have told me that himself.
I mean, he's kind of on the dead side. But, you know.
Was I not the closest person to him? And yet, I was the one most kept in the dark.
Maybe to protect you? Maybe it was intentional?
What was the point of him dying without sharing any of the secrets he knew? Did he manage to protect anything in the end?
I mean, you're alive.
Synth is still here. Callus the Unfaithful is still his epithet. And Spina di Rosula is barely getting by. Nothing has changed.
I don't know why why I scheduled to watch something and I always either lose interest or no reason if straight up don't even watch any episodes. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes you just feel lazy. Like, there's a bunch of stuff that it could also be time. Like, it's either sometimes it's between time and just feeling lazy and just too much effort to like look for it or look through it. But I don't know. I mean, I'm sure if you, I think if you're really interested or if you're motivated enough to watch something, you'll probably eventually get around to watching it. But maybe sometimes like you're thinking, oh, this is, everyone's talking about this. I should probably watch it just because everyone else is watching it. And maybe you don't actually really want to watch it. Maybe it's just because everyone else says you should watch it, but you're not actually interested. So, I mean, that could also be a thing. Rossi, why are you guilt tripping Navia? Well, I mean, just like, I don't know, like I don't want to be bad on the dad, like especially since he kind of died trying to protect him and stuff. Like she's definitely gonna go and investigate more. Like that's how the story's gonna progress. But I'm just saying, like, just being on the side of caution isn't the worst idea.
Did he think I'd just accept his meaningless death and live out my life just as meaninglessly?
Like, she definitely wants closure, and she definitely wants, like, a resolution for this and to dig deeper, which is definitely something she can and she probably will do. But I don't know, just not, just, I don't know, kind of also just trying to come from her father's perspective, I guess. Dad, she said meaningless death. Yeah, that's a harsh, like, that's a harsh thing to say about your dad. Just saying, like, it was meaningless. Like, it's a rough jab.
Ever. Not since that day, and certainly not now.
It's probably one of those, like, if I do something about it and I make a difference, then his death would not have been for naught. Like, his death would mean something now if I make something of it. Possibly. Maybe?
I want to find out the real answer for everyone's sake. For the missing girls, for the victims, and for myself.
Navia.
This is indeed the best moment to act. Your partner appears to be quite reliable, and more importantly, Demoiselle, I think you're also ready to take this on.
So you do know something else, Malus.
Oh, has he been withholding?
Yes, I do. In fact, even before that banquet, Boss already knew of the connection between Synth and the serial disappearances case. But what drove all the tensions to the boiling point was the revelation that you, Demoiselle, had been selected as the next target to disappear.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh my god. I mean, that's very important. That's very important information.
What?
Boss also didn't tell you that he had been diagnosed with a rare illness. The doctors told him that he had no more than 5 years left to live.
That's also very important information as well.
And the serial disappearances case caused him great anxiety. 5 years was nowhere near enough time to resolve this long-standing conflict. But once he passed away, all the danger would pass on to you. Knowing all of this, he decided to use one final intimidation tactic before his death. He claimed to have already gotten his hands on some key incriminating evidence for the other side, and even told some members of Spina di Rosula about the details. But as long as you remained safe, he would not share the evidence with the public. If something were to happen to you, then he and all those he told would immediately expose all they knew about Synth and the disappeared victims.
Damn. So it was really I'm trading my life to keep my daughter safe kind of thing, in a sense.
Right, so nobody would be able to get off scot-free.
It's kind of a bluff.
As we've seen, Boss's tactic has worked. Even though Boss has been gone for a long time, the other side has not tried to take Demoiselle's life.
No, I
He
don't
was a
believe
sacrificial lamb.
He never
Kind
appeared to
of.
look sick to me.
That's kind of what it sounds like.
No father wants their daughter to see them weak and haggard, especially someone as proud as Boss. To him, dying in a duel and suffering lasting dishonor as the unfaithful was still far preferable than losing face in front of his daughter.
I mean, that kind of makes sense. Like, that's tough. Like, that's a tough decision.
So he chose to die in silence, so that he could protect me.
I mean, I wasn't wrong, technically.
I'm afraid you're not understanding this correctly, Demoiselle. What Boss wanted to hand to you was not a parasol, but a sword.
That's deep. Yeah, I mean, that's super. That's a tough spot. Like, that's it's not a whole lot of options, and it's just like trying to do the best with what you got.
If Boss's spirit could hear you telling me that you want to find the answer for the sake of everyone involved, I'm sure he'd be extremely proud.
That fool. Couldn't he have just given it to me straight? No. He might have set up everything precisely because he never thought I'd be able to understand him. Is that the amount of confidence he had in me? And what if I was never able to make it to where I am now?
He gave you the choice to live how you want. That's true.
Yeah. I suppose that's true. With the way he'd set things up, if I had wanted, I could have just lived out my life without a care in the world. But thankfully, he rarely talked to me about complex matters, and thus understood little of me as a person. In this case, he really didn't need to give me an easy way out. Malus, what was the key evidence that he shared with you?
It's the location where synth is produced. Essentially, it's the enemy's headquarters.
I mean, we got several Archons packing some power. We can just jump right in there.
When he was threatening the enemy, Boss didn't share the specifics of the incriminating evidence he found. But if you want to use it against the enemy, you'll still have to take several things into consideration.
I mean, we got an Electro Archon, we got a Pyro Archon that we shouldn't have access to.
Why? If we know where the place is, can't we just go storming in?
You mustn't forget that we're fighting against a mysterious and dangerous organization that's been in operation for decades. There's no telling what might be lying in wait at their headquarters. We also have no idea what kind of evidence we may be able to find inside, nor what people we may be able to capture.
Yeah, Paimon just said what you said. I'm like,
A
just
single
storm the
visit to their
place.
headquarters would be tantamount to a formal declaration of war.
I mean, the other thing is like, we have a lot more firepower than we should have, canonically.
The worst case would be that we leave empty-handed, but also open ourselves up to full retaliation.
Then, in that case, why not work with the Fontaine authorities?
That's also a good point. That's another good point.
Well, you saw one of them dissolve during Mr. Lyney's case. We have no idea just how thoroughly they may have been infiltrated.
That's also another good point. That also makes sense.
Huh. That's true. Seems my father really had no choice.
See, death not meaningless. Death was not meaningless.
But things are different now. It should be a lot easier to prove the other side's guilt, now that we've connected Synth with the disappearances case.
You sound like you've put a lot of thought into this, Maloose.
I am the butler, after all. I live but to serve the boss and Demoiselle's will. I've always been willing to take on any kind of risk for your sake. But considering my relative lack of ability, I've spent my time keeping secrets, performing basic investigations, and waiting for the right time to come.
What a good butler.
Thank you for all of that, Maloose. Have you discovered anything new in the past few years?
Let me think. One conclusion I came to was that the enemy must be quite familiar with Spina di Rosula, or at least have an informant planted here.
That would also make sense, yeah.
When I announced orders to the organization's members on Demoiselle's behalf, I used to deliberately keep a few people in the dark and observe the reactions of the synth vendors.
He's got that aura though, like a lot of it. I mean, yeah, I feel like the his outfit helps. The outfit definitely helps put everything together.
If the vendors didn't change their plans, then the individuals informed of our orders must be innocent. If the vendors packed up and fled, however, then someone must have given them the news. After several rounds of testing and investigative tracing, I've narrowed the suspect list down to 3 people.
Ooh, Snitch is about to get stitches. 3 of them. 3 snitches.
The first is Florent, Spina di Rosula's senior advisor.
Huh? Florent?
Yes, surprising, isn't it? He was one of the people Boss trusted the most, which also means that he was someone who understood Boss really well. Thanks to his position within Boss's innermost circle, he always knew our upcoming plans and could thus avoid capture this whole time. There's someone else like him too. Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabrières.
I mean, if they're all heads of stuff, I feel like these are not great
Uncle Marcel.
like people to be on your suspect list. What is a Confrérie?
It's a guild in Poisson. Boss helped it to grow to its current size and prominence.
But it also makes sense. Yeah.
In the beginning, they were only reselling some daily goods, but now they're one of the richest guilds around, with a lot of business connections in the city.
So are we gonna go after some snitches first, or are we just gonna bust down the main door, like the base? Like if we know the base operation, yeah, we might have a snitch, but if it's just me busting down the doors, does it really matter? Could we just go in there guns a-blazing? Chaska's guns a-blazing? Giant riding on giant gun?
So, they're like a sister organization of Spina di Rosula?
I used to be a snitcher and ended miserably. Yeah, I can't imagine it ending very well.
Yes, you can say that. When we were fighting against the synth dealers, they provided us with plenty of support. It's a bit difficult to imagine someone using their own money to hunt down themselves.
The final suspect is Thierry, the man responsible for coordinating information between Spina di Rosula and the guards. Although the guards mostly leave us to our own devices, there are still many activities we have to report to the local authorities. Since Thierry is always in the know about our current activities, he could theoretically always plan one step ahead.
Okay. My guess, just based off of their backstories is gonna be the first one, because it seems like he was the closest to him, and then that way it would like hurt the most, just from a story standpoint. That's my guess. Like first guy, because it's like the biggest betrayal out of the three of them. I mean, Fountain is the place of justice, so like I don't think busting is an option. Busting is an option. I mean, I guess. Just on vigilante kind of shenanigans. But look at Terry. He looks guilty. I mean, he looks a little guilty, yeah.
I see. These are all people who I communicate with quite regularly. To think that the enemy we've been fighting against has been right next to me all along, among those I trust the most. It's almost too hard to believe.
But believe it I shall.
If you want to investigate them, please take every precaution to not alert the quarry. Judging from our experience, the enemy is extremely cautious.
I mean, the other option or possibility is maybe it's all three of them. Maybe they're all in on it.
Of course. And thank you, Malus. You've provided us with a lot of great information.
You're too kind, my lady. I'm just doing my duty. And before I forget, proving Boss's innocence would also mean clearing him of blame in Jacques' death. After that incident, Jacques' wife and daughter were taken into the Spina's care. They still live in Poisson today. If it might help, you could also pay them a visit. I can make the necessary arrangements.
Aw, thank you so much, Malus. You really are the best.
A new case awaits, my dear partner.
Leave it to me.
I hope we can work together to uncover the truth and end this case once and for all.
3 years ago, on a rainy night, banquet goers heard 2 gunshots outside the house. When they reached the scene, Callus had a gun in his hand and Jack had been shot and slain. Based on the investigation done, there is no possibility that anyone could have done the deed and escaped, and Callus was thus adjusted to have been the culprit. Oh, I guess they're right there. Okay, might as well. Just fly on over.
It is settled, then. Please excuse me, and enjoy your conversation at your leisure.
Thank you for arranging everything for us, Malus.
Excuse me, miss. Do you need anything from us?
Ooh, she don't like I mean, that's possibly what she thinks is her father's killer's daughter.
Hey, Navia's all quiet. This isn't like her at all.
Let's not bother her for now. Does that mean let's just let her do it on her own?
I'm sorry that I only came to visit after all this time. After what happened, I didn't know how I was supposed to face the two of you.
Ah, if it's about that, there's no need to apologize. After my husband died, Spina di Rosula sent us a lot of mora and support. I understood your guilt and apology to be genuine.
But aren't all of those things nothing compared to the loss of Jacques? I can understand the kind of pain that comes with losing a father so needlessly.
You don't understand at all.
Well, I mean, they still think he was the killer, so it doesn't
I didn't know how to face you.
help.
Because I didn't know what I could possibly bring as a consolation gift. I know only the full truth could bring closure to you. And to all of us.
I'm sorry. I appreciate the sentiment, but you don't have to carry all that guilt. On the matter regarding my husband, my daughter and I have more or less found our answer already.
Would you mind sharing it with me? I really can't believe that my father could ever bring himself to shoot Jacques.
I always knew that my husband's money was earned through others' suffering. He told me countless times that if he could turn back the clock, he would never go into the synth business again.
And it looks like she's about to push Navi off a cliff. Yeah, like she's got those eyes of like vengeance. Even now, she's like staring at the camera. She's like, I'm gonna get someone.
He had many regrets, and felt that he took the idea of providing for his family too literally. For the longest time, he thought Mora was everything. So when Mr. Callus came to him with a proposal, he accepted it almost immediately. He tried to be as careful as he could, but even so, he was still found out by the higher-ups.
They found out about his betrayal?
Papa didn't say that exactly, but Papa did tell me that I should never be ungrateful.
She doesn't look super grateful, but okay.
Before he left that day, he told me that he had no choice. It was only later that I realized it was his final farewell to the two of us.
Wait, does that mean someone ordered Jacques to take out Callus?
I don't know that for sure, but you could say that's the conclusion I eventually came to.
So, self-defense? Death?
Which is why I'm the one who should feel guilty. Callus had always taken great care of us, both when he was still alive and after he passed away.
Oh yeah, that would be very guilty. That would be... Wait, why is the daughter so angry at her then still? Like, why is the daughter so angry if that's the conclusion that they came up with? And she looks like she's kind of person that makes you believe they're sweet, but behind the scenes they're plotting murder.
Even if he fired the shot that killed my husband, it was likely in self-defense. It is impossible for me to hate him for what he had done.
But Mama, why is Papa still the bad guy if he did the right thing? Papa always wanted to be a good man, so why did he have to do a bad thing in the end?
Well, things aren't always as they seem. You still feel like your papa was a good man, right?
Yeah, Papa was a really good man. The best in the whole world.
Then you should hold on to that. If a good man had to do a bad thing, then he must have had his reasons.
I mean, yeah. I can get behind that, I guess.
Regardless of whether he left you a parasol or a sword, he must have done so to give you a better life.
Oh.
Thank you for everything you've told me. I will definitely find the truth. The current state of things is not something I'm willing to just sit back and accept.
Maybe because she's 7? Yeah, that's very true. That is very true. Navia's spitting facts.
Thank you. I'm very grateful to hear this from you. Even though your personality is quite different from your father's, your determination when you speak is really similar.
You really think so?
There we go, Navia.
That's the first time anyone said that to me.
Heck yeah. Are we taking notes? Is that what's happening? Jacques' family believes that he struggled greatly with the order to kill Callus. Did Callus act in self-defense, or was it more to the incident?
Are you okay, Navia?
I'm fine. Don't worry. Let's investigate the 3...
Greetings, boss. How may I be of assistance today?
Hi. Are you a
I'm sure
traitor?
you've heard about what happened at the Opera House. Someone got turned into water right in front of us.
Yeah, I've heard. With something that dramatic, I'm sure journalists will milk it for all it's worth. And it'll be all the talk for the next several weeks.
Like, how do you determine if someone's betraying you without leading them on? What's the plan?
It also reminded me, on the day that the incident happened with my father, it was raining outside, and we found some clothes left at the scene. After my partner here put the dots together for me, I feel like we should try to reopen his case.
Like, what reaction are you looking for? Are you looking for, like, what screams guilty versus not guilty reaction? If you're telling him this.
Can you do me a favor and try to recall what happened that night?
Let me think. Mr. Callus was feeling pretty upbeat that day. So he was drinking and bantering away with us at the table. After that, he told us that he wanted to go get some fresh air. So we let him go without thinking much of it. Who knew that we would hear 2 gunshots ring out right after? My first reaction was that Mr. Callus's life was in danger. So I grabbed my holster and made a mad dash toward the scene. But when I got there, it was already too late. Mr. Callus was standing over a dead body with a gun in his hands. All we could do was look back and forth at each other, not knowing what to say.
So you also remember 2 gunshots then?
Indeed. The guard said that the first shot didn't hit anyone, while the second killed Jacques. But I've never really bought that explanation. Reason being, Mr. Callus had left his gun on the table. I even made sure to confirm that before running to the scene.
Oh. Wait, did we know this before? Or is this new information? Like, if it's not his... So it wasn't his gun that got fired. I trust him that he isn't the snitch. He looks trustworthy. So just based off appearances, new info dropped. Yeah, no, I'm like, that's very, very crucial information. Like, I feel like they should have gotten this information like years ago. Like, that's very important information.
But according to the guards, that doesn't mean he couldn't have had other guns on his person.
I mean, that or he could have stole the other gun, or he didn't shoot the gun. It's more likely he wasn't the one firing, but it's possible he took the gun from someone else.
About the clothes left at the scene that you mentioned. Do you think there was a third person there who was turned into water?
It's very possible.
At least from our perspective, my father had no reason to kill. So he would also have no reason to bring an extra gun with him. The gun he was holding probably belonged to Jacques, or a third person on the scene.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So you're saying Mr. Callus ended up with the gun because he seized it from one of the other guys? But hold on. If that's what had happened, then why didn't he share the truth with any of us?
I feel like he must have been, like, threatened or something. Like, he must have been like, if you don't opt out to be the murderer, Navia's gonna get turned into water or something. Like, I feel like there's gotta be some sort of extra layer of threatening going on somewhere.
He didn't even want to face the Oratrice machine, and chose instead to prove his honor in a duel.
Yeah, no, yeah. I think he definitely, there's another threat going on, because if he faced the machine, it probably would have proved him innocent, but he wanted to die to protect Navia or something like that. Not based on appearance, but because he sounds Texan. Okay, so it's based off of his accent.
Did he lose all faith in the courts after seeing someone dissolve right in front of his eyes?
About that, Malus told me a thing or two. So, I think I can understand why he committed to the duel.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure he's not the traitor. Just based off, he's like giving us more information. If you're the traitor, I don't think you would be giving extra information that could help us. Like, I feel like he's fine, not based off of appearance or his Texan accent, but probably because, like, he's giving us more information that's pretty important.
I'll tell you everything once the whole truth has been revealed.
I understand. Then I'll leave Mr. Callus's honor in your hands, boss. And if I may just say one more thing, the whole callous the unfaithful epithet has been a thorn in my side since the day it was invented. Many people have laughed at me for still calling him Mr. Callous, even after so many years have passed. But it was Mr. Callous's trust that allowed me to rise through the ranks of Spina di Rosula and live the life I lead today, no matter what others might say. He'll always be the man I respect the most, and he'll always be my boss.
Don't worry. I will definitely find the truth. You and all our other comrades at the Spina deserve to know the truth as well.
Yeah, I think he's fine. He's probably fine. I'm very grateful for his kindness. Yeah, I'm sure he's fine. Let's see if Terry seems a little sus or not. Wait, that's not. Where is it pointing me? Oh, over here. Oh, there he is. He's like right there by the teleporter.
Hey, Thierry! It's me!
Thierry.
Oh, now, what brings you here, Miss Navia? I've heard that you made quite the name for yourself at the Opera House.
Oh, so you've caught news of that already.
Oh, okay. Hey, I'm also a member of the Guards, you know. The way you make it sound, people would think I was sent off to Poisson because I had done something wrong.
Are you sure there isn't a little bit of truth in that? Under normal circumstances, shouldn't you have been called back to the city already?
I mean, where I work is really up to me. Let's just say I enjoy the ambiance of Poisson. Callus did a fantastic job running the town, building Spina di Rosula from the ground up and clearing many obstructions in my way.
I mean, the way he's saying obstructions in my way, it might, maybe?
It would be next to impossible for me to find a similarly easy but high-paying job in the city.
Okay, it's either him or they're like they're making it like, I don't know if it's making it too obvious.
Anyway, enough chit-chat. Are these two friends of yours? You, here for some formal business?
Yes. These two are my partners. What happened at the Opera House made us realize that Lyney's case and my father's may be related. We're trying to...
Ah, I get it. You think there might be more to the case now that we know people can be dissolved into water, right? I was also flabbergasted when I first heard of it. If you want to go through the original files from your father's case, I can help you look for them.
That'd be much appreciated. Thank you. Actually, I have another question. Do you have the authority to dispatch Gardamex?
I mean, I feel like offering to help look through the files, it could be either way. It could be good because it could be helping us find the files, but it could also be bad because he could also like find the files, hide them, hide the important information, and then just give us the junk. So I'm like, it could go either way right now. I feel like the first guy is probably safe. This guy, it's a little up in the air. It's a little up in the air.
Of course. Without them, I couldn't possibly handle Poisson on my own.
I don't know if it's like, I don't know. Is it too obvious? Like, I feel like he seems a lot more guilty, or like possibly the traitor.
Why do you ask? We definitely can't use them to forcefully get more evidence for your father's case.
Well, you see, just recently, we were attacked by a horde of unnumbered Gardamex in the city. So, if you hypothetically wanted to do something against me, all you would need to do was get rid of the mecha serial numbers and send them after me.
I feel like you're overplaying your hand a little bit.
Then you think too highly of my abilities. Dispatching mecha is very different from controlling them. If I had to make an analogy, when you order a dish, the chef will make it for you. You can ask the chef to cook, but not to massage your shoulders or carry your baggage.
Is that a good analogy?
If you try to make unreasonable demands, the chef would just think you're out of your mind and ignore you completely. The same goes for me and my Gardamex. Removing a serial number is also not as easy as you might think. There are a lot of complex steps to it, and it's almost impossible to keep it a secret. So I can promise you, those mecha were definitely private units.
I mean, that could also be a possibility. I don't know. He's on the fence. He's on the fence.
Certainly not cheap. So, whoever their owner is must be super rich, powerful, or both. Now that you mention it, though, being in the synth business would definitely be profitable enough to afford this.
That also makes sense, yeah.
Then you're officially in the clear, Thierry.
I guess he's good.
Thank you for the vote of confidence, Navia.
I guess Navia
Jokes
says he's
aside,
good.
I'd like to wish you all the best with your investigation. I'll be staying in the city for a little while, so just come find me if you need any support from the guards.
So it has to be the last guy, I guess. Person responsible for official contact between... Yeah. I mean, I don't know, I feel like I'm still on the fence about him. Like, it could go either way, but Navia seems to trust him, so I guess we're trusting him for now. Okay, is this inside or outside? I hope it's outside, because I don't know how to get inside if it is. Oh, thank God, it's outside.
Hello. How may I help you? I'm here to see Marcel. Could you please let him know? You can just say Navia's looking for him.
Sure. I will let him know right away.
I forget what the story about the last person is supposed to be. Who's Marcel supposed to be?
Navia, hello. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm not as young as I used to be, so my legs are giving out a bit.
Oh, it's all right, Uncle Marcel. There's no need to stress. I just wanted to talk to you briefly about what happened in the Opera House. I'm sure you saw everything too, right?
Yes, I've never seen anything so strange.
Oh, you were at the Opera House too?
That's right. I went there with Navia to see the magic show. Who knew it would turn into a whole murder mystery?
Yeah, what a great plot.
I also witnessed your marvelous sleuthing work. Quite impressive. To beat the Hydro Archon at her own game on her own turf, I can already imagine everyone in Fontaine discussing your exploits over a few glasses of wine.
Oh, Paimon doesn't want to become the talk of drunkards.
I mean, we're friends with Venti already. We're good.
Apologies. It's just how Fontaine is as a nation. Everyone loves drama and theatrics.
Uncle Marcel, you've also noticed that other thing, right? The fact that humans can dissolve in water?
Yes, I was reminded of your father's case right away. Is that what you're investigating now?
Exactly. I still don't have much solid proof, but I can sense that the other side has already begun to act.
Oh, and what makes you say that?
Okay, he's acting a little suspicious, like...
We were attacked on Arrhenius by some unnumbered Gardamex. And there was also an attempt to get me to drink water from the primordial sea. If not for the vigilance of my partner, I probably wouldn't even be here talking to you right now.
Oh, you're giving us too much credit. Wasn't it you who protected us?
Alas, it seems things are heating up again. The peace that Callus sought so dearly will soon become a thing of the past. But rest assured, Navia, Poisson will always remain a safe haven for you. If you're scared, you can always return there. If anyone dares to lay their hands on you there, the Confrérie of Cabrières will use its funds to the last Mora to bring them to justice.
Thank you, Uncle Marcel. But I don't intend to go into hiding. I'm going to strike while the iron's hot. Do you have any new thoughts on my father's case?
About that. Sorry, my age is catching up with me, so it'll take me a while to recall my memory. The Confrérie was responsible for that banquet, so I was out and about the whole time making sure things were running smoothly. I didn't even have the time to drink with the guests. Then I heard the sound of a gunshot, and the rest was history.
A single gunshot? Or 2 gunshots? Because I feel like everyone's saying 2.
Oh, it's okay. No need to push yourself. We'll ask around some more. See if there are any valuable clues elsewhere.
But he's also saying his memory's a bit foggy because he's old. So,
Sounds good. Just let me know if you ever need Mora. All my wealth comes from Callus's patronage and support. I'll spend however much it takes to clear his name.
I mean, he's also saying he's super rich, and we just talked to the guard saying it had to be a private one, and they had to be from someone rich. It could be him. It could be him, I guess. Okay, Navia, where you at? Okay, no, you're close, you're close. We're just going upstairs, I guess. I think he can still hear us. We're actually just above his house.
We've talked to all 3 suspects, purely based on their conversations with me.
None of them sounded particularly suspicious.
Yeah, none of them stood out as a suspect.
I suppose that's to be expected, though. If a single conversation's all that's needed to find them out, then my father wouldn't have needed to investigate the case for so many years. Anyway, even though we didn't make a breakthrough, let's still compile what we were able to find.
But where should we start?
Motive?
Ah, you're right! Flora mentioned that Callus probably only ended up with the gun because of circumstance.
According to Jacques' family members, he already told them that he had been discovered, and that he had no choice before he left home that day. If I had to guess, he probably received an order from the synth boss to kill my father. Had he refused, he and his family's lives would have been forfeit.
Okay, that makes sense, yeah?
So, Jacques fired the first shot?
It wouldn't have fired a shot at all? Wait, why? I'm curious.
Oh? And why is that?
I don't know. Could he guarantee his safety after killing Callus? That's a good point. Sure, yeah.
Ooh, that's a good point. Jacques probably already knew that he was just being used as a tool for murder. And once he had completed his mission, he'd be of no more use to his boss.
It's very true.
So, what would make more sense from his perspective would be to turn his back on the order and seek protection from my father.
Seems the third person was one who derailed everything.
Makes sense. But without evidence, that's still just a theory. Besides Jacques, the attack from the Gardamex has been bothering me quite a bit as well. It's obvious that our enemy has become more antsy after the secret of the primordial seawater was revealed.
Well, it's either guard or rich merchant.
Do you think he knew, even then, that we'd follow this lead to the end?
Given everything that's happened since, it's quite possible. But who among the 3 suspects would have the ability to control privately owned Gardamex?
If we're saying private, I think it's Marcel, yeah? Florent was the first guy. Terry was the guard, so it's Marcel.
Uncle Marcel? My father did really trust him.
I mean, he's the only one with money.
They worked together on a large number of projects. Maybe that's how he got to know Jacques. And with funds from the Confrérie, he could also afford a large number of Gardamex.
I mean, it's not huge, but apparently he's loaded.
Still really hard for me to imagine, though. After all, Uncle Marcel has been around since I was just a child. Also, wouldn't this mean he has been spending a whole lot of Mora and energy to fight his own synth business?
Maybe it was someone else? Oh, okay, it's none of them. It's probably none of them. We're gonna go through the whole list.
Florent? It is true that he was closest to my father, and thus had the best chance of learning about his dealings with Jacques.
Yeah, we're gonna go through the whole list. It's none of them.
But as Spina di Rosula's advisor, his work mostly deals with personnel and security, so he shouldn't have much means when it comes to finances.
So you're saying he's too broke to afford a mecha
He's
army?
too broke.
Exactly. He can't. And even if he could, I don't think he would be able to dispatch a whole group so quickly.
Oh, man got outed because he's too broke.
Thierry, you say? Huh. It is possible that he's figured out a way to convert the Gardamex for personal use, but I didn't feel like he was lying when he was talking to us about the mecha. I also don't think he'd be able to keep that kind of tampering under wraps.
Yeah. Had he actually tampered with the mecha, we'd be able to prove it with a simple check of the guard's inventory. If the mecha were taken from the guards, it should be pretty easy to find out when and how that happened.
Who could it be?
Well, we're out. I'm thinking, I'm cooking. Okay, so no, wait, what are we doing? Like, I'm thinking Marcel, like, right? I don't know what these have to do. Irrelevant. Yeah, no, it's Marcel, right?
You know, if you think everything through, Uncle Marcel is indeed the most suspicious of them all.
Could we be missing other suspects? Malus didn't know about the people turning into water thing when he narrowed it down to these three, did he?
Malus has always been very reliable, and his judgment of others' trustworthiness has been fair and well considered. When he laid out his case for the three, the rationale he gave me made a lot of sense as well.
Unless it's him himself. It's the butler. I don't think it's the butler. It's
The
probably
suspect is knowledgeable about the Spina's internal affairs, has the means to dispatch Mecha to assassinate us, and possesses significant intellect and foresight. Even if I don't want to believe it, I'm starting to see how things could all tie back to Uncle Marcel.
That's what I'm saying. He's someone very close to you after all.
Well, we still have another trump card on top of all the theorizing and speculating.
Yeah, let's just go raid the base. That's what I'm saying.
Yes, Malus did say that charging straight in there would be extremely risky, but we don't have any other options right now.
I mean, we got the Electro Archon, we got the Pyro Archon, we got Zhongli Shield.
We're
good.
Far more
We're
solid
good.
proof before we can hope to go charging in on our enemy.
Do we need proof?
Navia, here you are. Oh, I've been looking for you.
Did you find proof?
Huh? Aren't you the guy from the guards? Did something happen?
Yeah. News came from Irenaeus just after you left. We've got another trial on our hands.
Oh?
Wasn't that place built specifically for holding trials? What's so newsworthy about this one?
I know. But they said the person they're putting on trial is a Fatui harbinger called Tartaglia.
Wait. Didn't we? Am I crazy? Didn't we do this? Child.
What? Is that someone you know?
Yeah, we know him. Maybe even a little too well.
Well, he's been accused of being the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case. It's absurd, don't you think?
Am I crazy? Did I do this already?
Wait, how? None of our investigations have had anything to do with him.
That's what I thought was strange about it, so I came to tell you the news right away. If the charge against him stands, then it'll be next to impossible to get the guards to support any of our planned investigations.
Right, because they'll think they've already found the culprit.
Yeah, and it'll be a lot harder then to clear Mr. Callus's name.
I understand. Well, partner, what do you think we should do? We still haven't found any conclusive evidence.
Split up?
Split up? What do you mean?
I'll go investigate that place. I'm confident in my comeback. Yep.
Just as expected of my partner. Since this is a trial about the serial disappearances case, the culprit's attention will be focused on Arrhenius, leaving his home base wide open. You're right. This is our best opportunity. All right then, let's do this. I'll stall them at the Opera House and charge Marcel as the true culprit. I won't have any chance of making that charge stick, though, unless we find more evidence. It'll be up to you to make it back in time and hand the decisive evidence to me.
Here we go. We just gotta beat up some people.
We'll help you, just like you helped us in Lyney's trial.
Demoiselle, please allow us to accompany you.
I'm ready.
Ah, Malou, Silver. When did you two get here?
We heard that you'll be leaving Poisson and figured that you might require our assistance. It's our hope that your confidence will be bolstered with the two of us by your side.
Thank you so much. Then, let's make haste for Arrhenius. Paimon, Traveler, I'll see you at the Opera House.
See you then!
Marcel, got it.
Now that Navia has set out for Arrhenius, we should also get going. The location of...
Oh, it's like right there.
Huh.
Entrance.
According to Malus's info, the synth production base is underwater. Let's go and try to find the entrance.
Talk to Paimon. Underwater?
Finally found it! Huh. So this is the entrance that leads to the synth production base. It sure doesn't seem out of the ordinary at all.
Well, they would have wanted to stand out.
You're right. An important place like this is bound to have a ton of protective measures and mechanisms. Navia's probably arguing up a storm right now to stall for us.
It would appear that I must repeat my question again, Mr. Tartaglia. Do you accept the charge that you are the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case?
To be perfectly honest, I don't understand your country's complicated court system, or the reason why I'm being charged with something I've never even heard of. However, I did hear that people who have been charged can choose to participate in a duel to clear their name.
I could have
Is that
sworn
right?
I did
In
this
which
already.
Case, as long as I accept the charge, I can have an all-out fight with that champion duelist Clorend, right? I've got to admit, that's one of the most enticing offers I've ever received.
Like, he wanted to battle,
When I
but then he
privately
gets
sparred with her
proven
last time,
innocent.
she was obviously holding back. Real
Hey! Don't you understand? You're currently the prime suspect for a major case. This isn't the place for you to be looking for fights.
Oh? Sounds like the Hydro Archon wants to lecture me on the ways of the Opera House. Then why don't you duel me too? I'm the kind of student that learns best in the heat of battle.
No. That's not what I meant.
Alas, it would appear that communication with the defendant is going poorly, and we have made very little progress. In that case, let me explain everything from the very beginning again. The goal of this trial is to determine the culprit behind the serial disappearances case.
That case had nothing to do with him. You've got the wrong man.
Huh? What's going on? Why is she interjecting again?
I told you it couldn't be one of the Fatui Harbingers.
Miss Navia, this is the second time you've interrupted the court proceedings. I only tolerated your behavior last time because you were able to provide the court with a key eyewitness. But that was an exception rather than standard court protocol. I can very well charge you with contempt of court for your interjections.
Oh, Oh, please. Did you ever think I had any respect for this place's pointless theatrics? Ugh. We can put that discussion aside for now. I'm not here to argue with you. I'm here to charge the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case. And if my charges prove true, then Tartaglia here will be proven innocent by default, correct?
Oh, a young lady has charged in and offered to clear my name. How fascinating. Well, I'd gotten half bored to death by all these rules and procedures anyway, so I'll take you up on that offer. So, Your Honor, is there nothing else for me to do now?
You may take a seat for now in the audience, but that doesn't mean the suspicions against you have been lifted. Now then, Miss Navia, who is the person you would like to charge instead?
That person is...
I mean, I think I have to go stick with the original guy, right? Marcel? I forget who it actually was,
Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabriere!
Huh? What confrérie? Never heard of them in my life.
I've heard of them, but weren't they Spina di Rosula's sister organization?
Oh, is this going to be a friends to enemies type situation?
Please let me remind you, Miss Navia, that charging someone is an incredibly serious matter. Committing to the charge also means taking on the legal responsibilities associated with it.
I hope I'm right. I completely forget who it was.
If the charge fails, depending on the circumstances, you may also be charged with the crime of making a false accusation. Knowing this, do you still wish to charge this?
Yes, I do.
We don't have a choice.
In that case, I
We're in too
declare the
deep.
charge to be valid. Miss Navia and attorneys, please take your places on the court. Members of the guards, please contact Mr. Marcel right away so that he may stand trial. Mr. Marcel, you will not require an attorney. Is that correct?
Apologies. It all just happened so quickly. I still haven't figured out what's going on. I think an attorney won't be necessary. This is probably just a misunderstanding between me and Navia.
Very well. In that case, since both sides have now arrived, Miss Navia, please present your charges.
I would like to take everyone back to 3 years ago, to the case of Callus the Unfaithful. Only through elucidating what really happened in that case can we connect all the dots for the serial disappearances case.
Navia, do you really think that I was the one who killed your father? Come on, why would I do that? Callus was my benefactor, and remember both you and I only ran to the scene when we heard the sound of a gun. If that's enough to make me a suspect, wouldn't that make everyone at that banquet a suspect as well?
I think there's no point in getting into the specifics right now. The audience doesn't even have the big picture yet. Even I'm struggling to remember some details of that case.
Exactly correct, Your Honor. I must refresh everyone's memory about that case before I can explain my charge and reasoning.
I see. In which case, I will recount the findings about that case as originally recorded by Maison Gardiennage. On the day of the murder, Spina di Rosula hosted a large banquet in a countryside estate owned by the Confrérie of Cabriere. During the banquet, all attending guests heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard. When the guests arrived at the scene, they found the primary suspect, Callus, holding a gun, while his acquaintance, Jacques, lay dead from a gunshot wound. The guards' investigation did not recover any other firearms from the scene. As a result, they concluded that the suspect's first shot must have missed, while the second must have taken Jacques' life.
Good to see you.
The suspect did not dispute this conclusion, and also declined to defend himself in court. Instead, he chose to prove his innocence through a duel. Callus was defeated by champion duelist Clarand in the ensuing duel, and soon succumbed to the injuries.
Hey, what's up? Thanks for joining.
These are the known facts about the case.
The one with the motive to kill was Jacques, not my father. And even so, Jacques still had no reason to pull the trigger. In truth, the third person shot Jacques first, and was shot in turn by my father when my father seized the gun from him. After that, the true culprit turned the third person into water, erasing all traces of him from the scene. Thank you for the summary, Your Honor. Of course, the guard's conclusion appeared quite sensible to us at the time. However, we should revisit the case now that we've gained new information about the abilities of water from the primordial sea.
Do we just go in order? I mean, I guess this one, yeah. He didn't carry a gun. Makes sense.
Something's not
Nope.
right.
Okay, I guess I'm not right.
Some...
Regarding Gardamex, self-defense, dissolving people. Oh wait. No gun? Nope. Still not him. Dissolving people. Oh god, I'm just... is this the Archon quest? It is. It is the Archon quest. I am trying to figure out what the best place is. Motive to kill. I mean, the guard makes later on, so I guess the family? Motive to kill. Say there's no motive to kill.
The testimony of the victim's family confirms that Jacques had thoughts of assassinating Callus when he set out for the banquet. However, in the end, he reconsidered and instead shared everything with Callus, hoping to seek the latter's protection. Unfortunately for Jacques, the true culprit had already considered this possibility and had sent out another assassin.
Okay, we got something, we got something. Clothing? Shots fired, miss. Second life. It's one of these gotta be the gun, right? One of these gotta be the gun.
This assassin first shot Jacques, then turned to shoot Callus, only for Callus to wrestle the gun from him and kill him instead.
Nice, I haven't done this one yet. Okay, nice. Yeah, it's a good story. It's definitely a good story. Suspect did not dispute. Third person culprit. I'm not sure where I'm going with this. Maybe this. Oh, I guess I'm guessing right.
Clothing was found at the scene. The guards once believed they were used by Jacques as a costume to disguise himself. But now it is clear that the clothes were proof that there was a third person at the scene, and that they were turned into water after committing the murder. Since it was raining that day, the culprit was confident that they could use the rain to wash away all traces of their dissolved accomplice. Realizing this, the true culprit caused the hired assassin to dissolve into water, leading everyone to believe Callus was responsible for Jacques' murder. This is the true version of events.
I did a thing. I did a thing. I want to say they dispute it, and then I think we have to do it again, which I'm not great at, as you could tell.
Ah, so that's what happened.
Wait,
You're telling me something as dangerous as water from the primordial sea has been used for all these years?
What a great theory. It also explains Callus's and Jacques' respective motives. I guess they didn't shoot each other after all.
Mr. Marcel, you are the one being charged with the crime. You should provide a rebuttal if you wish to prove your innocence.
Ah, but I think I agree with everything Navia just said. In fact, there was nothing in her speech that directly implicated me.
Then, may I ask some questions? In my opinion, we primarily need to determine two things. One, do you have the evidence to back up your claims?
I'm afraid not. At least not at this very moment.
Boo! If you don't have any evidence, you should just go home!
It's literally boo, go home.
I may not have the evidence with me, but I know where I could go to collect it. If we look up the deserted clothes against a record of people who went missing around the same time...
Boo. Lame.
We should be able to find a match. Considering the serial disappearances case, the guards probably kept careful records of all missing persons from around that time, regardless of age or gender.
That makes sense to me. Monsieur Neuvillette, I would consider this to be a reasonable investigative direction.
Why do I feel like Furina's acting a little differently today?
Boo, get off the stage.
Maybe she's scared of embarrassing herself again?
Alternatively, she's become more diligent after charging an innocent citizen in the last trial.
My second question has to do with the ensuing duel. If the truth is indeed as you described, then why didn't Mr. Callus explain himself in court? If he had testified that a person had been dissolved, he could have at least mounted a defense.
I've thought about this too, and the answer is actually pretty simple. He felt there were things that were more important to him. The dissolving power of water from the primordial sea is an important secret for the true culprit of the serial disappearances case. My father could have exposed it for all to see, but he chose to take it to the grave. At that time, Spina di Rosula was in dire straits, and his reputation had already been shattered. He had no guarantee that going forward with the truth would allow the culprit to be brought to justice. What was certain, however, was that it would paint a gigantic target on my back.
Boss once told me that Demoiselle had already been selected as the next target of the serial disappearances case.
What?
If the secret had gotten out, the culprit would have fought an all-out war with Espina right there and then. I wouldn't have been the only one in danger. All of us would have stood to lose our lives. Of course, the guards might eventually figure out the truth of the matter and determine that we were in the right. But what good would that do? How can a hollow verdict protect anyone? Had this opera house ever given my father any kind of confidence in its brand of justice, Spina di Rosula would have had no reason to exist. But by staying silent, we retained the ability to deter our opponents and continue the stalemate. I was able to become Spina di Rosula's president, which made me harder to target, as well as giving me more time to grow and learn. And once I have figured out the truth and stepped up to the challenge, I will do what this opera house cannot, and restore my father's truth and honor back to him.
So, you mean to say, your father intended to die in the duelist's ring?
Hi.
That's right.
So Disney.
Do you have any proof?
Of course. All you need is to ask his opponent, Clarand. I don't need your apology, your guilt, or your support from the shadows. You don't have to do anything for my sake. But since he entrusted his will to you, Clarand, you should tell us the truth about his sacrifice.
Also, how long did it take you to get Wriothesley? Oh, it was actually pretty good. I think it was about 60 pulls in. I got a multi. It was gold, and I was like, oh my god, please win the 50-50. I think it was like a third or fourth into it, maybe. I got cheat sheet. I got cheat sheet. And then the very last one within the same multi, I got him. I got like an early, no, actually it wasn't that early. I got Chi-Chi'd, and then right after that I got him. Super lucky. I was so happy. Like, it was actually insane. I was like, oh my god, thank god. Thank god. Even though I didn't win the 50-50, I got him like immediately after, within the same ulti. Wow, that's good. Yeah, dude. It was great. I was so relieved. I was like, oh no. I was so scared I'd have to go to soft pity like all over again. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you.
So, during the duel, did you believe that Callus was intending to die?
Yes, I did. As a champion duelist, I've fought many battles and taken a countless number of dishonored lives. In my line of work, I've seen all kinds of people give their all for the faintest hope to continue living. Some were determined, others passionate, and some even manic and twisted. Just one look and I can tell if a duelist is hoping to live or if they're looking to die. I hereby swear on my name and honor as a champion duelist that Mr. Callus never intended to leave the ring alive.
Since that's your testimony, I have no more questions. It appears there really are good grounds to reopen this case.
I concur. However, Miss Navia, you still have not explained the link between your father's case and the serial disappearances case.
Right? What she said was fascinating, but kind of beside the point.
Wait, weren't they just talking about the serial disappearances case?
Of course, Your Honor. The two cases are connected via a matter of timing. In my father's case, the culprit intended to kill both Jacques and Callus. As a result, they planned to act after hearing 2 gunshots. And, at the end of Lyney's trial, the culprit also only dissolved the victim in front of everyone because they realized they were at risk of being identified. The culprit could only time their actions so precisely if they were already at the scene. Coincidentally, Marcel attended both the banquet and the trial.
So that's why you suspected me. Even after hearing your reasoning, I still can't help but find it a little preposterous. I'm used to it, though. You've always been an impulsive and sentimental child, Navia. It's one of your most endearing traits.
No need to appeal to pathos.
I won't try to refute your points one by one, but even if everything you just said was true, can you prove that I was the only person present at both events? On top of that, does a person have to be physically present to control the timing? Can't someone remotely monitor the place?
Don't know what she can say to that.
I know that even with that, you might still think you can reduce the list of suspects with some further investigations, until I'm the only one left on the list. Alas, who won't feel at least a little hurt by an accusation of murder from a girl you see as your own daughter? But if I were to dismiss this completely, you'd also think I'm not being considerate of your feelings. Ah well, let Uncle Marcel teach you another lesson. Do you know what the biggest flaw in your reasoning is?
I suppose you're gonna tell me anyways.
It's timing again. I'm a businessman by trade. From that standpoint, there's no reason for me to kidnap young women. It's a high-risk action with nothing to gain. In addition, I left my home in Snezhnaya when I was young to come to Poisson and work in some trade. My business only thrived when I received Callus's patronage. But the disappearances began before I ever stepped foot in Fontaine.
I do apologize, demoiselle. This was my mistake.
No, it's not your fault. I'm sure he had come prepared.
Is there anything else you'd like to say? Would you like to check the date of my first business license against the first known case of the serial
Sounded like he said
disappearances?
croissant. I know, these accents.
You can also take a look at my border entry records, or ask my friends and family when I left Snezhnaya for the first time. Could those records and testimonies do something to appease the unspeakable anguish in your heart?
Seems like she got the wrong guy. At this rate, Navia will be convicted for falsely accusing him.
I think you've done a superb job of dissecting your father's feelings as he neared the end of his life. But aren't you going against all of his wishes and expectations right now? He wished for you to become more rational, collected, and conscientious, instead of dwelling only on your own feelings. Once you've learned to be more considerate of others' feelings, and to stop rushing headlong into things, you'd have met most of his expectations.
This isn't just about me, and it never has been. The biggest difference between me and the rest of the victims is that I still have the ability to search for the truth, while that same agency has long been taken from them.
They got watered.
The people whose families were destroyed by synth abuse, the people who lost their loved ones to the serial disappearances, and the people who suffered tragic ends due to their sense of justice. Many people's images are flashing before my eyes. I'm sure some are coming to those of you in the audience as well.
Yes, try to get the audience pity.
And whose image do you see, Marcel? Is it a man named Vacher?
Oh yeah.
Oh, so you do know that name.
I'm merely surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never even heard of.
I was waiting for you to say that.
It's like his alias or something like that. Level 40, let's go. Big shield. Party. Oh, okay, no, I should probably not. Okay. Don't bring the level 40. Actually, let's freeze him. Let's freeze him.
My guiding stars. Yoo-hoo! Rusty, rebuild.
Are they
Take me up.
not gonna attack?
Open fire. Open fire. Bullseye.
No drops? No? I probably shouldn't jump off.
Because of this mechanism in the middle? That guy really prepared a lot of stuff for this place. I present. Paimon thinks we need to go up, but Paimon doesn't see a way. Let's
Can we
take a look around. Maybe we'll find a hidden
Can we
mechanism
cheat
that'll
it?
show us the way up.
Can we power creep cheat it? Oh my god. Oh my god! I'm so close! I might be able to get up there. Oh, can I completely skip the puzzle? Oh no! Oh, I was so close. Oh my god, I was so close. I know I'm not supposed to do this. But if I could completely skip it...
Let's fly.
Oh. Okay, wait, let's do this. Let's... Oh, I can't configure it. I was like, if I can swap to Zhongli, get a little bit higher, I could totally skip this puzzle. Stop cheating. I'm like, it's right there though. I could totally cheat. I could totally cheat. It's so close. It's like right in front of me. I'm probably gonna grab this guy. It's just so tempting. Just the movement power creep is too OP. I just realized you're playing on phone. I thought you would play on PC. Yeah, I feel like PC is probably better.
The water level is rising. Now we can swim to the top.
But I'm just, I don't know, I feel like I'm so used to playing on mobile at this point. That and I would have to update my PC because it's not up to date in terms of like patches. But my phone's up to date and it's yeah, it's just up to date.
Fire in the hole!
Shower me with
Take me up!
Oh no, they're all dead. Give me some chest. Yeah, that's good enough. Oh man, I totally could have cheated it. I could have cheesed this. I was right there. So close. I should have picked Zhongli.
Now the path is clear. Let's go.
If I picked Zhongli first and got that pillar for that extra height, it would have been right there. Oh. I was gonna say, Door of Resurrection. Maybe I could have killed myself and resurrected to get a Zhongli. Actually, can I? No, I can't. Okay, I couldn't have. I was gonna say, if it separates again, I can just fly over.
Not now. Hold. Burn to command. The show begins. Time to shine. Hold the line.
Take me up! Bullseye! Bullseye! Open fire!
My guiding stars. Stars, shine for me. May I present? Rescue, rebuild.
Knock them down. Let's fly!
You had more flying people. I did. If you had more flying people, it would work with Venti. We will never know now. Yeah, we'll never know. I mean, I feel like we could have. I'm pretty sure we could have. Like, we were so close. Like, if I got Zhongli's pillar, I don't know, would Venti's updraft work on top of that?
The innermost sanctum. Though, as expected, the mastermind isn't here. That's right. Then let's hurry up and find some...
Clues? Blue's Clues?
What's all this? It's a bunch of really cute things. Pink accessories, a hair tie, a necklace, even a makeup box. Oh, Paimon sees it too, but why are all these cute things labeled with different girls' names?
Well, that's creepy. They belong to the victims.
Huh? You mean the girls from the serial disappearances? They were brought here? And then they were turned into water, and all the boxes of things. These names. That means... Oh, this is terrible.
That's terrifying. we shall look for treasure chest. Treasure chest?
Whoa! There's so much synth here! And so many bottles of ingredients that probably just contain the waters of the primordial sea. Mixing in progress. Ready to drink? Stock sample? Huh. They've also got all the synth pretty clearly labeled.
I mean, you wouldn't want to mix it up.
Whoa! There's even fruit-flavored synth?
Probably because this is where they produce it.
Yep, it's...
Okay. Table.
What's this over here? Looks like some kind of place for research. Experiment number 16 aims to verify Jacob Ingold's research conclusions on the primordial sea and use his theory as a foundation to achieve a breakthrough. The experiment was a failure. No individual managed to resurface from the water from the primordial sea. Female specimens 22, 23, and 24 were dissolved. Sorry, Traveler. Paimon will try her best. It's just that Paimon's never read something so scary before. How can someone write something that terrible in such a matter-of-fact tone? You read the rest. Paimon's too scared to keep going.
Oh, it's to save his lover, a woman called that, who was dissolved.
So that's why he did all of these experiments.
That sounds familiar.
Did he really think he'd be able to find a way just by dissolving people over and over? That's just insane!
Ah, that's the name that was being called out.
Isn't that the name you heard by the fountain? Paimon thought he was an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case.
He is the researcher.
You mean Vacher is the one who did all of these... experiments?
That's the voice.
That's it.
Yep.
Vacher was no victim, but personally took his lover and... No, that's not it either. If that's the case, why would he want people to resurface from the water?
There must be more.
In any case, Paimon will write it all down.
Okay, we got some evidence. We got some evidence. Can we jump in it? We can't jump in it. Okay.
Oh, look! There's an important-looking basin over here, and it's full of water.
Must be water from the primordial sea.
This is where they make all the synth, and that special water is the main ingredient. If you dilute it with normal water, you'll get synth, but the pure stuff can dissolve a human. Paimon will take notes on this incriminating evidence. Let's see what's written here. Nothing escapes Detective Paimon's eyes. Callus. Navia's father. Oh, this seems to be an investigation report on him.
Probably related to the case?
Yep. It's about finding someone to assassinate Jacques and Callus because of a lack of confidence that Jacques himself would go through with it. This should prove the existence of the third person, right?
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
We still have not determined the exact content of the key information Callus has passed on to certain members of his organization. The old dog's a real menace to deal with. Even if he abides by the promise he's made to us, he will still have the upper hand. He can act whenever he wants to make our lives miserable. The only option left is to remove him from the picture, and I concur. Let's send someone to kill him. He won't declare war as long as we don't touch Navia. Oh, seems like we've got a bunch of correspondence between the higher-ups.
They plan to do this well in advance.
They're all just so evil. We've looked at almost everything here, and it seems like our theories were spot on. But
Who is Vashir? I think it's like the Snezhnayan, or like the Russian name for the uncle merchant dude.
yeah, we haven't found anything that reveals his true identity. No wonder even Neuvillette wasn't able to find anything. Whoever it is probably destroyed everything to do with that name a long time ago. That way, even if we bring all this back to the opera, we won't be able to identify the true culprit.
Let's look more.
Sure thing. Paimon won't admit defeat to this guy either.
I think there's gotta be something. Oh, okay, there's a lot of things. We looked through that. We looked... We did the bottles. We did the table. There's something that we didn't look at. We looked at the victims. Wait, what am I missing? Bookshelves, we did that. There's gotta be something else. Jump in the water again? I mean, I guess we can look through the bookshelf again. Yeah, we looked through those already. Maybe the desk again? Is there something that I didn't look at? Oh, okay, the belongings again.
You take that side and Paimon will take this side. Check everything carefully. We'll find... nothing at all. And Paimon can't even find snacks either.
I don't know if you'd want to eat that. Found it.
Whoa, really? Let Paimon see.
Diary?
Vinier. Isn't that Vache's lover's name? Then you found her diary. Let's see. Aw, it's just a normal diary chronicling their love story. She was so sweet too.
She made a list of baby names. I can't read that.
So many. A whole page's worth. But they're all crossed out. Was she unhappy with all of them? The final name she decided on was...
Uncle's name.
Marcel.
Yep, that's Uncle Marcel.
Wait, but Marcel's pretty old. Has this case been going on for so long that he's Vache and Vinier's grown son?
Yep, I guess so.
Hey! Paimon still hasn't figured it out yet.
And whose image do you see, Marcel? Is it a man named Vache?
Oh, so that's the dad.
Oh, so you do know that name.
Okay, so...
I'm
dad.
merely surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never even heard of.
I was waiting for you to say that.
Navia! We're back!
As expected of my partner. I just knew you'd return in the nick of time.
Just how often do you intend to flout the rules of this court?
It's all right, Monsieur
decent amount.
Neuvillette. Given their confidence, I expect they've found the crucial evidence.
We did. Indeed. You say you've never heard of Vache. But I mean, I guess I don't know, do we start off with stuff and get to the ending point, or do we just go straight for the throat? Because like that's the baby names. Or do we like set it up for the whole thing? Oh, okay, let's just go straight for it. Straight for the baby names.
But the truth of it, Marcel, is that you've always been Vacher.
Huh?
We've investigated your lair and we already know everything. After your lover, Venier, was dissolved, you kept abducting young women to experiment on the hopes of bringing her back to you. You even created Marcel as a new identity and destroyed all records of your past as Vacher.
So that's it. Even the villains in opera performances rarely go that far. And with that, Marcel's motive has now been established. This information regarding your past also dismantles your prior timing defense. Well, Marcel, do you know where you went wrong? You fixated your gaze on the lover that passed away, instead of paying attention to the living people around you. So, you never noticed how we changed, or how we grew as individuals.
You also never understood Boss's real expectations for his daughter.
Or our determination to see things through.
Your determination.
Mr. Marcel, please speak up now if you would like to defend yourself. Otherwise, the trial will move on to the next stage.
Do you really think I wanted to do any of this?
He's gonna get watered.
Pay attention to you? What for? Have you ever paid attention to me? Ever empathized with my pain? Ever known how it feels to watch the love of your life dissolve right in front of your eyes?
He's gonna get watered and dissolve. He's speaking too much.
No one helped me. No one even believed me. All those decades ago, even the officers from the Maison Gardiennage were laughing at me. They said there's no way a human being can turn into water. So I must have gone mad from grief. Vinier's death was brushed away by all of you as if it didn't matter at all. Well, now you know, don't you? Ha! Well, it's too late now. All those who were dissolved are gone forever. You only have yourselves to blame. You set up this ornate opera house in pursuit of your so-called justice, your beloved drama, while turning a blind eye to the suffering of the people. Venier is dead. We promised each other that we would always be together. Wherever she goes, I will follow.
Oh yeah, he's gonna get turned into water.
But I'm not from this blasted place, so I can't be dissolved. No matter what I do.
Ooh.
Hey, is that water from the
Oh,
primordial
he's chugging
sea
it.
that he's drinking?
I can't dissolve! Can't dissolve! Can't dissolve! Do you all see? I can't go! I can't follow! So if I can't go where she is, what choice do I have but to try to bring her back? I did all of that, and in the end, that accursed Callus still got the better of me. I spent my entire life living on pins and needles, only to get stabbed by his idiot daughter at the very end.
The suspect is exhibiting signs of mental distress. Guards, please restrain him.
Don't touch me! Don't anybody come near me! I still need to save Venier. I promise. We made a promise. Venier! Please, Venier! Don't think badly of me. All I want to do is fulfill our promise.
At this point, the verdict of this trial is clear. With Mr. Marcel's conviction, the charges against Mr. Tartaglia no longer have any basis.
Fine by me. I was in a bad mood, but after a show like that, I'm actually feeling pretty good.
Traveler, Please submit all the evidence you have collected to the guards, so that I might review and summarize the truth behind the serial disappearances case.
Oh, we good?
The man now known as Marcel was originally named Vacher and worked as an adventurer with his partner and lover Vinier. During an underwater expedition, Vinier accidentally came into contact with water from the primordial sea and was dissolved in front of Vacher as a result. Vacher learned of the primordial water's existence through the work of others and began to kidnap young women for research, with the goal of discovering a method to restore Vinier back to life.
She's like in the fountain or something.
To cover his tracks, he invented the new alias of Marcel and began to operate a business in Poisson. During the course of his research, Vacher discovered that a diluted concoction of water from the primordial sea can induce feelings of euphoria, and began to manufacture and market synth. However, as he accumulated wealth to fund his continued research and expanded the scope, he came into conflict with Spina di Rosula. After exchanging blows with Spina di Rosula for many years, Vacher decided to assassinate their president Callus at a banquet. Although the assassination did not go as Vacher expected, he was able to turn Callus into the murder suspect by dissolving the assassin he sent to the scene. And just recently, Vacher attempted to frame Lyney as the culprit of the serial disappearances case, using a similar method. However, his attempt to frame Lyney failed, and the power of water from the primordial sea became public knowledge. This case also exposed enough of Vacher's machinations that he was eventually successfully charged in court. Thus concludes the enigmatic history of the serial disappearances case, with the truth revealed to all.
Oh, they're happy.
The Oratrice will now deliver the final verdict regarding the charges against Mr. Vacher. According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, Mr. Vacher is guilty.
Bum, bum, bum.
Guards! Take Vacher away.
Good. It's what he deserves.
With that, the serial disappearances case is over now.
It's like the Reddit comment section. Laughing us off that
We
line.
really just witnessed history. Who would have thought the true culprit would be such a polite and well-spoken guy?
Yippee! We helped Navia bring the bad guy to justice! He's hurt so many innocent people and now he's finally getting what he deserves. Huh? Are you okay?
Navia?
Demoiselle, you were absolutely brilliant.
The day our late boss had always hoped for has finally come. You can rest easy now, knowing justice has been served.
Yeah. Yeah. It's finally over. It's all thanks to you guys. And my partner. See, Papa? Spina di Rosula's still doing well with me at the helm.
Well now, hasn't this been a most delicious piece of drama? The villain has been caught, justice has been served, past wrongs have been righted, and it's a big ol' happy ending. Since it's been such a great show, I'll just let the false accusations against me slide. Either way, I've still got some business to attend to, so if you'll excuse me...
Please wait just one moment, Mr. Tartaglia.
What now? None of this has anything to do with me.
According to court protocol, since this trial was initiated due to a charge against you, a verdict must also be made regarding the initial charge before the trial can conclude.
Oh, come on. Is this really necessary? Haven't you already caught the real criminal? Isn't it time for side characters like me to exit stage left?
He's self-aware, guys. He knows he's a side character.
Please respect the laws of Fontaine. This has always been the rule.
All right, but this sure is a lot of hassle. All I need to do is stand over there, right? Let's just get this over with.
Through evidence presented in the public trial that was just held, it has been established that Mr. Tartaglia has no direct connection to the serial disappearances case. The guilty party has been identified, and thus it is logical to suppose Mr. Tartaglia is innocent of the charges. We now turn to the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale to render the final verdict on the charges.
Guilty.
According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, Mr. Tartaglia is guilty.
Bum bum bum.
Hey, hey! That's not funny! Didn't you just say I'm supposed to be innocent?
It's corrupted or something. Something's
What's
wrong.
with this
Something's
verdict?
wrong.
Is your justice machine malfunctioning?
Huh? This has never happened before.
Like that.
The
That don't make
Oratrice
sense.
actually returned a different verdict from the Chief Justice.
I mean, have you ever heard of an innocent Fatui Harbinger? Do you think the Oratrice might have just convicted him on general principle?
I mean, that could also be the case. Because, I mean, like, it doesn't make any sense.
But weren't the charges about the serial disappearances case? No matter what else he's guilty of, it shouldn't affect the verdict in this case, right?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
The judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale is, by law, the final verdict of the court. We must accept the guilty verdict.
Like, that don't make sense.
Guards, please take the suspect into custody per court protocol.
Uh-oh. Child's about to get one shot.
So this is how justice is done in Fontaine.
Let's
What a
gonna
joke.
Show the hydro pump.
You've got your rules. Well, I've got mine too!
Yeah, those make so sense. There's a lot of power. He's going to jail for this. Yeah, that's the foul legacy, man. Oh. And Nicolette just took him out.
I am sorry. If you have been wronged, we will find the truth.
He didn't
But the
even have
rules
to
of
use
the
hydro
court
pump.
must be upheld.
He didn't even have to use hydro pump. The power creep is real. Oh, he got a little hurt. Is he going to jail for this? It's possible. I mean, he got taken out.
What's going on? Shouldn't they have been cleared already?
Apologies. This is also the first time I've encountered such a situation. However, according to the rules established at the conception of Fontaine's court system, the Oratrice's judgment is the final verdict of the court. All I do is follow court procedure. As for why the Oratrice arrived at the conclusion it did, you should probably ask someone more knowledgeable than me.
I mean, you do a little bit more than that. You just took out a child. Like, you just took out Tartaglia. So it's a little bit more than just following procedures.
Why are you looking at me? I had nothing to do with it! I don't know what happened there either. Hey, stop staring at me!
What does Lady Farina mean by that?
She says she has no idea either, but that's impossible. Didn't she create the Oratrice herself?
It's a very good point.
Yeah, so are the verdicts reliable or not? Can results like this really be called justice?
My dearest citizens, did you really think we'd allow an incorrect verdict to be handed out in this court? Did you really believe that the judgment could be mistaken or be the result of some sort of random mishap?
Yes, that's exactly what they're questioning.
Don't tell me you thought even I had been blindsided by the Oratrice's result.
Yes.
But the way she looked just now, it was pretty obvious she had no idea what was going on.
However, given the state of things, I shall give you an explanation. Everything that just took place including my supposed shock and bafflement, was a part of an elaborate performance, with every action meant to stir up drama and excitement.
In 5 to 7 business days, I will give you the explanation.
And, of course, for every performance, there is a script. Everything has unfolded exactly as I expected from the very beginning. As the embodiment of the very concept of justice, the Oratrice shall never render an arbitrary judgment! If you thought Child had nothing to do with the serial disappearances case, it is only because you've been blinded by the superficial appearance of innocence. Everything he's done, not to mention the danger he poses, are beyond ordinary comprehension and completely unforgivable!
So, he's dangerous, and we don't understand it.
All shall be revealed in time. You will come to understand my noble intentions, as well as the absolute correctness of the Oratrice's verdict.
Oh, so yeah, in 5 to 7 business days. There we go, 5 to 7 business days.
Now, having said that, although I hate to leave things hanging in suspense, it is now time for this performance to end. As the lead actress, I shall be the first to take my leave. Toodaloo!
So she chose to make her escape after all, did she?
So you're saying we shouldn't put much stock into what she just said?
She probably just put on that performance to save face. As for the truth, it's unlikely that she actually has any idea.
Way to pull the rug out of under her.
However, please be assured that I will continue to investigate this case in a personal capacity. Just as I promised, if the judgment has been incorrect, we will do our utmost to clear his name.
Alright. Even though we feel pretty badly for him, we'll take your word for it for now. After all, he's done plenty of bad stuff. So he should have known he'd go to prison someday, right?
Leave the opera house. Simple enough.
Take me up!
I gotta go through the door, don't I? There it is.
Hey, what are you doing? Quick, stop him!
Traveler! Hey! Traveler!
Marcel! What are you doing?
Stop resisting arrest! Cease, or we'll add another charge to the list.
No, wait! I just want to ask the Traveler something. I'm not looking to run away. Please, just let me ask this one small thing.
Go on.
Thank you. I was being led away when I finally realized something. Where did you first hear the name Vache? I erased all records of that name. So, unless...
Are you still trying to prove your innocence? Give it up. You've already been convicted.
I met her.
Really? You did? You're sure? You met her? But how could that be? How did you manage to do it?
Jumped in the fountain.
The Fountain of Lucine? Then she's been so close to me all along. And I just never... Please give me a chance to talk to her again. Just let the Traveler take me to the fountain to see her one last time. This is the last request I'll ever make in my life. You can do whatever you want to me afterwards. I don't care.
What? Give an inch and you want to take a mile? Do you think serial killers get to make requests like that?
Paimon agrees. Why should we give him what he wants when he's only done a ton of super terrible things?
This request, is it worth as much to you as your life?
Of course! Wait, no. It's worth even more than my life.
Humans. Will they betray the instinct to live just to satisfy spiritual needs? Very well. I will grant your request.
Your Honor, I fear that...
I will go with him. You do not need to worry about any escape.
Yeah, no, he He one-shotted Tartaglia. You're good. He's a civilian.
In that case, I shall leave him in your most capable hands, Chief Justice.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Let's fly.
Is this the place? You said she's here, but what do I need to do to see her?
Jump in. Back then I drank the water. Sure, yeah.
Yeah, and even Paimon could hear her after drinking that thing. Didn't you just drink a lot of it on the stage as well? Oh, in that case...
Vache!
Ah!
Yes, that's it! So you heard it too!
Oh, you're gonna get lickings.
Vinier, it's me! It's me, Vache!
Vache? Vache!
I'm here! I'm here! Where are you, Vinier? I'm coming for you. I'm finally here for you.
Hey, wait! Be careful! Hey, wait!
Vinier, is that you? It's me, Vache! Vinier!
Vache? Why did you come? Didn't I say? You don't need to look for me.
Ocean it? Question mark?
You look a lot older than I remember. How long has it been?
Oh, she's saying you look old, man.
It's been more than 20 years. I've suffered for over 20 years since the day you left. All this time, only the thought of bringing you back has kept me alive. Nothing else mattered to me. I must be dreaming. Who would have thought I'd get the chance to tell you all of my feelings like this? Vinier, you are my everything. I really don't know how I could live without you.
But Vache, if you ask me, this world would be better off without you.
Ouch.
What are you saying?
If not for you, I would have finished my law degree and probably become a top-tier attorney one day.
Well, that's unexpectedly kind of dark, just kind of twisting the knife a little bit.
If not for you, I would have continued to pursue my love of the arts, and my works would have been displayed in the Palais Mermonia itself. If not for you, I would at least have been able to take care of my mother. And she would not have grown old and died alone, with nothing but the tears on her cheeks.
I'm hearing a lot of resentment coming on.
It's all because of your selfishness, Vache. It's all because of you.
Run, run, man, run.
You... Wait, you are not Vinier. Who are you?
I don't know, how do they know this?
You're right. I am not Vinier. I am the sacrifices.
Oh, it's all the women that he killed.
Every woman who died by your hand. As our bodies dissolved, our consciousnesses flowed back to the primordial sea. Our thoughts circulated endlessly within the primordial sea, and we were no longer individuals. But we became one, just as streams of water come together in the sea. I'm Cressy. I'm Lemony. I'm Azine.
It's a ghost. It's a ghost.
The only one I am not is Vinier.
Why? But then, where is Vinier?
She doesn't want to see you anymore. Every tendril of her consciousness is avoiding you.
Yep.
This is what you get for your selfishness. Your selfishness robbed us of our lives and our futures.
You said time and time again that you'd do any and everything for her. But did you ever consider whether she'd want to see you do the things that you did? If she would despise you for what you became?
The big regret.
You are a liar, a heartless murderer, and a cowardly narcissist. The only thing you are not is Vinier's beloved. From the moment your first victim died and her consciousness merged with Vinier's, she has had nothing but pure hatred for you.
I mean, being a serial murderer will probably do that. Yeah, yeah, that kind of checks out. Yeah. It looks like we did meet Vinier. They must have wanted to lure Marcel here for revenge. Run, man, run.
No! Yeah! She can't hate me. Let me see her, please. Have mercy.
You still don't understand. When I said don't look for me, that came from the real Vinier. She really doesn't want to see you anymore. But on top of that, she also said that because it's her final drop of pity for you. She said that because she knew that if you did come here, we will show no mercy to you.
Yeah. Run. That's the run moment. Run and hope Neuvillette can save you.
Vache. Vache? Vache. 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 Drown.
Oh, he big screwed. Oh, he done messed up. Lost his soul. Oh. However, something. He died of massive fright. Okay, so they took his soul. Well, I mean, that's one way to... Yeah?
Finally, we have some time to do shopping. Gosh, it's really been a long time since we've been able to relax.
So we just chill with a bunch of spirits taking the guy's soul. Like, I mean, yeah, he kind of deserved it, but damn, are we just chill with that? Are we just like, yeah, it's just Tuesday kind of thing? Like, souls being taken?
Ah, well met, partner. I knew something great was going to happen when I woke up in such a good mood today.
Even this weather can't put a damper on the demoiselle's mood.
It's a pleasure to see you both again.
Oh, hey, Navia! It's been a few days. Paimon's already started to miss you.
Oh, now that I believe. I'm easy to work with and always bring home the bacon. Who wouldn't treasure having a partner like me?
I mean, bringing home the bacon's pretty great.
Sounds like you're really enjoying life these days, Navia. What have you been busy with since the trial?
It's just been one thing after the other. I've been making non-stop trips between Poisson and the courts in Sen. Everyone from Spina di Rosula organized a memorial for my father. We never held a memorial when he first died, since everyone knew that even if we held one back then, no one was going to come. This time, though, everyone in Poisson, and even many people from the court, all attended.
Oh, that's nice.
So his name's definitely been cleared now. That's what we like to hear.
It's been the dearest wish of Demoiselle all along.
That blasted stubborn fool. I was right to put my faith in him. I'm so glad I didn't give up on the case all those years ago.
I mean, she's the one that called it a meaningful death earlier, but yeah. Glad it turned out. Glad it turned out. Things turned out well as they could have. That's true.
Oh, by the way, I ran into Charlotte just after I left the memorial service. Well, maybe it'd be more accurate to say I knew she would be there, and there was no way she'd just let me go.
Huh? So you know Charlotte too? The Charlotte? Journalist from
Yeah, way back when I first became the president of the Spina di Rosula, she was all over me. Wouldn't take no for an answer. I believe the story was called The True Heart of Darkness, Secret Tales of the Yellow Rose. To be fair, though, it was a really flattering feature. So, we've been on pretty good terms ever since. She was trying to lean on our friendship to get me to do an exclusive piece on the serial disappearances case.
Oh yeah, she told us about that. She's always been super interested in that case, so now her wish has finally come true too.
Anyway, I told her to make sure that when she writes about you guys entering the opera house with the critical evidence, that you both sound really cool.
Sweet, sweet.
Now that's another thing to look forward to. We trust Charlotte's skills with a pen for sure.
Oh, and in other news, I also took Clorand out for a meal.
Oh, are you two on better terms now?
While you were investigating Vashey's headquarters, Clorand gave testimony on my father's behalf. It was thanks to her that we were able to turn the tide. I wanted to thank her. I mean, there's also no point in being awkward all the time, so we took the chance to reconcile with each other.
Oh, that's great. Paimon also thought Clorand wasn't actually a bad person. It's always good to have more friends.
Anyway, now that the case has finally been solved, perhaps it will slowly begin to fade from the public consciousness. Oh, actually, there's still one last thing I need to do.
What is it?
I should pay a visit to my father's grave, and tell him the truth of what happened, as well as how it all ended. And on top of that, just how much people still look up to him, to this day. That includes me, too.
Miss Navia.
Indeed.
Can I come too?
We want to go too! We also think Callus is a really admirable person.
Sure thing. I'd like you two to share the moment with me. After all, without you, there might not have been such a positive ending.
And in that case, everyone, let's be off. Considering the recent weather, we'll be lucky if we can reach Poisson before dark.
Yeah, you're right. It's been raining non-stop for a few days now.
So Neuvillette's sad about something.
Huh. This is where my father's grave is. To be perfectly honest, even I haven't been back here for
Okay, I'm probably
a
gonna
long
head
time.
out after I finish up this part of the story because I gotta go eat dinner still.
There's someone there already. Wait, that figure. It can't be.
Who is it?
Isn't that Neuvillette?
Oh, it is
Why
Neuvillette.
would the Chief Justice be here? Huh? Navia?
Regret?
My apologies. I should have asked before coming to pay my respects.
Don't say that.
Sorry about that.
Oh, I was trying to say there's no need for you to apologize. I wanted to show my father how much I've grown, but still, I doubt I've grown to the point that even the Chief Justice would feel compelled to apologize to me over and over.
In that case, I will stop apologizing for now.
You really could use some pointers on understanding human emotions, Monsieur Neuvillette. In any case, why did you come to Poisson?
Well, ever since that day, I've been turning a question over and over in my head. Just what is justice anyway? There was once a time when I didn't want to believe that there could be anything more important to humans than life itself. Oh, rather than that, it's probably more truthful to say I didn't believe humans were capable of resisting the most basic instinct of living things. That they could rebel against their own nature, or consider certain things to be more important than their own lives. Which is also why I didn't stop your father from beginning that fateful duel. I believed that a truly innocent man would never throw away his life like that. That there was nothing, should have been nothing more important than one's own continued survival. But Mr. Callus proved me utterly and decisively wrong. If not for his sacrifice, the serial disappearances case would have remained unsolved to this day. Mr. Callus made the choice he did for his daughter, for his associates, and for many people completely unrelated to him. And in the end, from a certain perspective, one could say that he did it all for the sake of justice.
Yeah, yeah.
A justice that's higher than life itself. So, you asked me why I came here. I just wanted to say my apologies to Mr. Callis in person. I should have noticed all of this much sooner. This regret has filled me with a sadness that has haunted me for days.
Yeah, that's some really good introspective, and that also makes sense why it's raining. Why it's been raining for the past couple
in
days.
the Opera Epiclese indeed insulates one from many important things. Spina di Rosula, thank you so much for your hard work and perseverance.
I'm sorry for being mad at you before. So, you're actually one of those types that's cold on the outside, but pretty thoughtful on the inside, huh? That reminds me of Silver, one of my guys.
Sorry about that. Self-expression is not one of my strong suits.
Didn't I just say you don't need to apologize?
Ah, so Navia and Neuvillette seem to have made their peace as well. Let's not disturb them for now. We can wait till after they're done. Paimon's never paid respects at someone's grave before. Did Paimon do anything rude there?
No flying.
Huh? Oh, Paimon didn't know that was a thing. But Paimon doesn't know what she would do if she can't fly. Oh no. Paimon hopes Miss Navia won't be too mad.
Oh, look at that smug
Anyway,
face.
Neuvillette is still standing around there. It's not often that we can catch him alone like this, so why don't we go talk to him for a bit? If we can't talk to Lady Farina, we can at least talk to him, right?
I guess we should probably talk to him.
Oh, it's you two. Did Miss Navia invite you to come pay your
We ran into Navia on the streets today, so we just followed her here.
I see, I see. Then is there something that I can help you with?
Well, it's pretty hard to run into you like this, since you're usually super busy. So we figured we could try to ask you a few questions, if that's okay.
Please feel free. Though outsiders, you helped us solve one of the greatest mysteries in Fontaine, and it would be my pleasure to return the favor.
Let's talk about
My apologies. My investigation has still not reached. However,
makes sense.
I still believe the judgment of the Oratrice was not rendered arbitrarily.
But you also said you thought he was innocent.
For many years, I have been quite aware that the Oratrice does not simply mechanically repeat the verdict that I give on each case. As a divinely created mechanism, the people's unified faith in the concept of justice is integrated into it. Not only can it produce the incredible power of indemnitium, but it likely also possesses other traits, such as self-awareness. Which is all to say, I have been prepared for a situation like this for a long time.
Yeah?
So when Lyney told us that he heard a human voice from the room where the Oratrice's core is stored...
I was not aware such a thing had occurred. Perhaps that could serve to prove my conjecture. I will add that to the list of items to investigate. In any case, I am inclined to believe that the Oratrice does have a methodology all its own. We just do not have enough information. Based on Farina's reaction, I doubt even she had any idea what was going on. She managed to bluff her way through it, though. The time-tested twin tricks of bravado and drama. While we do intend to get to the bottom of this, for now, we regret to say that the Fatui Harbinger will just have to bide his time in the fortress of Meripede. If we did incorrectly convict him of crimes he did not commit, we will most certainly compensate him to the fullest extent allowed by the law.
If you ask Paimon, the only compensation he'll want is a no-holds-barred fight with you.
Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about?
No, that's about it. I mean, there's no exit, so I think we have to...
Your sibling? Another blonde-haired traveler? I'm sorry, but I've never seen anyone who matches that description. If she ever stepped foot in Fontaine, I'm sure she followed our laws to the letter, and had no reason to appear on the stage of the opera Epiclese. Is there anything else you...
Do I just have to go through all of them?
So, at court, the bad guys referred to that special water as water from the primordial sea, but what is it really?
Truthfully, that name is already quite accurate. I can only surmise that Vacher and his ilk only learned of its nature and existence after extensive research. There used to be a special sea on the surface of this planet. The nature of its seawater was rather different from that of the sea we know today. Most of Tevat's life forms were first born in that special sea. You could say it nurtured much of the life on this planet.
Huh. So it really was where everything began. It makes sense to call it primordial then.
But today, the primordial sea no longer exists on the planet's surface. What Vacher discovered must have been some kind of special case, or a remnant from a truly ancient age.
Huh. So that's how it is. Oh, you really know everything, Monsieur Neuvillette. But if that's the case, then why would people, at least people from Fontaine, dissolve in that kind of water?
Indeed. Why would the primordial sea, which was known to engender and nurture life, suddenly reverse itself and devour life instead? To be frank, that also doesn't match my understanding of this world and its laws. There must still be some unknown secrets around the people of this land. Is there anything else you'd like to...
I mean, this is the only one
That
left.
the sea levels will rise and everyone will be dissolved in water, leaving Farina crying alone on her throne, but the sins of the people will be finally washed away for good. Does that appropriately summarize the version you've...
That's right! It was Lyney that told us back then.
Yes, up to the present, I think we reached a point where we have no choice but to confront this prophecy directly. Rumors have it that this prophecy is rooted in the last words the former
Bro talks so
Hydro Archon
fancy.
left to
It
the world
does. Like
before she
all
passed
of
away.
Fontaine is kind of fancy. All the fancy titles and whatnot.
Of the former Hydro Archon? Wow. This is the first time that we've ever heard of it.
Two parts of the prophecy have already proven correct. The rising sea levels, and the ability of the people of Fontaine to be dissolved. We should be more vigilant, and stay on the watch for further signs. Speaking of the prophecy, Farina has also always taken it quite seriously. Indeed, she has been collecting information and intelligence from across Tevat for this purpose. If the rumors were true, then perhaps this prophecy is the conundrum left to Farina by her predecessor.
But with Farina being the way she is, can we really trust her to solve it?
Is there anything else you'd like?
Okay. I was gonna say, like, we did all the prompts. We did all the prompts.
Very well. It was my honor to provide you with what answers I could. It will soon be time for me to leave this blissful tranquility behind and return to Palais Memoria.
You really are super busy, Monsieur Neuvillette. Paimon thought you only came here to pay your respects today because you had the day off.
Crime and villainy do not have the day off, and so justice must work around the clock as well. This is merely
More
to make sure that
questions,
justice is worked.
please. No, please, no more questions. I'm good. I'm good.
You've got a point.
We got it.
Huh? Paimon just noticed that the rain has stopped.
Okay, so it's not him crying. It's just him being sad, I guess. There we go. A light rainfall without reason or something like that.
You know, we've been walking around for a while now.
Oh, we got
Why
a...
don't we go back to the Spina di Rosula base in the court of Fontaine and have a rest? Navia said something about...
Oh, we totally just cut off Paimon. It's fine. It's fine. Oh wait. Actually, are they just Hydro? Can I freeze them?
Stabilize.
With my level 40?
Now.
I can. They're just forever frozen now. hydro bullets don't do anything, but the animal and cryo bullets. Flask is probably so faster.
Open fire!
Okay, with that, I think I'm gonna go head out and go eat dinner. And I'll probably continue the Archon story quest a little bit later. But yeah, nothing important, I guess. Yeah. Okay, thank you all for coming and hanging out with me and coming for the summoning and coming and joining the Archon quest for some Genshin on Fontaine. But I'm gonna go head out and eat some dinner. I will see you guys later. Thank you for coming. All right, enjoy your meal. Yeah, thanks for coming, EXO, and everyone else. See you soon. Yeah, take care, everyone. Bye. Take care.